Ah, well. I'm not even sure if this is even live, if even possible. Oh, I am. I'm completely shocked. Um, this is a different live stream. I'm not even sure what to how to even go about this at this moment. Like I slightly want, and I know this is going to be like pretty late at night, so it's not going to be really anybody that's going to really see this. So I woke up, well, not even woke up. I was going to go to sleep, and I was trying to check to see if one of my videos actually went through, and it obviously didn't. So this is why there was only one video uploaded, and I got a notification on YouTube. And yo, what is up? What's up, man? And I got a notification. So outlaw, this is something that I've talked to you about before, where the no matter the conversations that I have on this channel, and I'm talking about race relations and everything, the main people who have always had a problem, who wanted to go straight to taking down content, it's always black people. It's always black people, and at least now I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe the person might not be black, but I look directly at the hand. I'm looking at the skin complexion. I'm listening to the voice, but it was a melanated person, as melanated as I am, right? And the craziest part is the clip that the person had an issue with was a random clip that I found on X, and it showcased somebody using like a Chronos, all of these Chronos Maxis and all this other type of stuff and yada 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 and rah rah rah. And how it is that they had all of this hooked up, right? Maybe it was satirical in nature or whatnot or whatever, but they had all of these cheating devices hooked up because those devices are used in order to enable people to do better at games, which normally they can't, right? So I had comments, right? Made comments because I'm a gamer, right? And this clip was probably about like 1 minute long. Didn't know who it belonged to. But obviously, as you can clearly see, I know exactly who the clip belongs directly to, right? This person here. And they decided to go directly to YouTube because they saw the clip. They more than likely saw the commentary, heard the commentary, felt a certain type of way about the commentary, right? And then it was like, yeah, YouTube, take down the whole 4 hour live stream for that 1 minute clip. And I'm like, word? Now, the craziest part is the one thing I can sit up there and list at a point that it was at least one person who was black, and it was a woman. And she was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know, like such and such and such. Um, the clip that you're using in one of your videos, that's actually, my content because of XYZ. Again, it was another image, another clip that I saw off of YouTube. This is like years ago, another clip off of X I'm in. And she contacted me, and I was like, "Yo, I appreciate you for, contacting me instead of, doing the whole further extent of, whatnot or whatever. Let me go back through to the video and delete that clip." I fully deleted that clip, and all that was left was just my audio. It might have made the video look stupid, but it's cool. But I at least give her credit directly on that for doing that. This is about the second or the third time that a melanated male, skin complexion wise, that is reflective of me, decided that they wanted to pull up to the scene and be like, nah, we're just gonna take the whole thing down. Brother, what? That's the stupid, like, the amount of anger and the rage that I have at this moment in time. And it's like I can't even yell because it's about like 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning. 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning. Like I said before, this is what makes it be your own people that make things very, very difficult on purpose. Very difficult. Very, very difficult on purpose. Like I said, that's incredible. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. This is annoying. This is just very much annoying. Like I say, you know the craziest part is I've had so many back and forths with racist, with white folks. I've had back and forths with technically with every demographic on about here. But the main consistent thing that seems to happen every now and again is that I have somebody who appears to be black that chooses to take the whole other route, knowing how difficult it is to be up here on social media, content creator and everything. And again, this person, they got their own content and everything of the sort. And I'm pretty sure they have a nice understanding on how difficult things are. That's wild. And like I said before, I'm the type of person where I've deliberately told people that, hey, um, what I'm going to sit up there and do is like, hey, if you dislike me, whatnot, whatever, go ahead and use the content, make a video. I'm not the type of person to try to take down your videos or whatnot, whatever. If you happen to make money from it, so be it. Like I do not care to, it be like that. And like I said before, the craziest part is um some of the stuff that I've brought directly up, I've seen other people sit up there and use. And I'm talking about people that are higher profile than me, that are way more famous. And I was just ecstatic that the person sat up there. I'm like, oh snap! So you at least got somebody in your camp that actually, watches my content. I'm like, all right, cool. That's dope. Like, hey, all right. But again, that's me, and obviously that showcases the difference in between how I am as a content creator and how it is that I can take critiques or what it is that people may do or say, um, versus somebody like this. And the craziest part is I'm the type of person, again, that would have tried to maybe potentially, collaborate with people or whatnot, whatever, bringing eyes directly to, other folks', platform, try to formulate some type of whatnot and everything of the sort. But this is why I tend not to do a lot of stuff because it's always something that happens and there's always some type of like setbacks that tend to take place. And I'm like, man, this is just like I said, to me, it's very much insane how that can happen. And the craziest part is I'm sitting up there just relaxing and playing, Aliens Fire Team 2, right? Just enjoying my time. I'm like, all right, let me just sit up here and try to get some sleep real quick because I've been waiting on this game and wanting to play it and everything of the sort, loving up my character. Let me just sit up there and turn on TV, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, do some videos and everything like that. And then I end up coming up to this. And I'm just trying to wrap my head directly around it because as I stated, so to 88. Well, you won't never have this problem because your content is just pretty much, you cooking, everything in the sort. So, you're good. Evergreen content, everything in the sort. For the other content creators, directly about there, like I said, I like to use myself directly as an example. Um, when stuff like this happens, wait, what? And is one who deliberate. Wait, I'm confused. I don't even wait. So for Michael Shaw, you said, and how often is the one who screams the loudest is also the one who deliberately sends a clip for the specific purpose of causing the receiving party event, not only racial, political. I'm I don't even know what you're even referring to on that one. I need you to really be specific on it. It's early in the morning and I'm tired. You might need to ABC 1, 2, 3 that comment because I'm not even understand what you're trying to get directly at. Like I said, I'm tired. It's 3 something in the morning. Brain fog, gray matter, all of that. So, like I said, you're gonna have to break that down and explain what what you're trying to insinuate or whatever. Like I said, I'm not even sure what you're even trying to say right there. I got to get back my frame of thought. Where was I at? Jesus Christ, it's too late for this. It's too late for this. So for anybody else who is a content creator, like I said, I like to use myself as an example when things like this, tends to happen. Well, more specifically, I'll sit up there and put it to like black content creators, um, because unlike everybody else, you will be penalized more than anybody else. It doesn't matter what anybody else has to say. It's been proven before. Like I said before, I gave you a video dealing with Corey Kenshin and how it is that he did a stream or whatnot or recording of a video game and the exact same scenes or playthrough that was happening on his end. A white streamer by the name of Markiplier did the exact same stream. What inevitably ended up happening is that YouTube penalized him, which was Corey Kenshin, a black streamer, right? Playing the exact same game, going through the exact same playthrough. But then Markiplier, right, who had the exact same stream, playthrough, and all of that exact same game, he showed the same scenes or whatnot or whatever. He didn't get penalized. It was no types of like flags, no types of issues, nothing. So then Corey, he had brought it up in a video. He didn't sit up there and say that it was, racism or anything like that. He was like, I just find it very suspicious that, I'm doing the exact same stream playthrough. And on one end, such and such content here on my stream is a problem. But then he was like, on his friends or on, other YouTubers, channels, it seems to be, okay. And again, Corey is somebody that got millions of people that sit up there and follow him, and everything of the sort. And that made a lot of noise. And it made so much noise that YouTube was like, oh, well, we don't want it to seem like something, so we're just gonna, think do it both ways. Or did they reinstate it? I forgot. It was such a long time ago. But like I said before, if you're a black content creator, you're gonna get penalized. Nobody can sit up there and tell you what it's not about and this, that, and it just is what it is. It doesn't matter what social media platform that you're on. You're going to get penalized more than other people. People have pointed this out. Even other white content creators have pointed this very same fact out by using themselves as an example in order to prove the point. And the point was proven 100%. So, like I said, I'm not even sure how to even tell you to navigate this because out of all of my years, I still can't sit up there and tell you how to navigate this because I still have my very own issues that I have to continuously, sit up there and deal with and go through and all this other type of stuff. I don't know. This is something. This is something. Let me tell you. It's very interesting to say the least. This is very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Mm-mm-mm. And like I said before, the craziest part is, again, what a lot of people don't understand is that folks don't necessarily, other content creators don't necessarily have to go the route of, hey, I'm just going to strip this real quick and let that be that. Again, they can sit up there and send an email like the one woman did. They can sit up there and send an email real quick and let that be that, right? I don't know. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Wait, so you said what? You said many groups use hate to push their agendas. It happens all over here in the UK. Sometimes subtle, often out of ignorance. You are one who informs without an agenda, so can be their target. I mean, I guess I know what you're talking about. I guess if I'm wait, many groups use their hate. Okay, right. Uh, I mean, I get what you're saying. I get the sentiment now that you write that last part. I kind of get what it is that you're, in a sense stating. But a lot of people say that I have an agenda, and they'll say it's for either or whatnot or whatever. Like I said before, I can do content, which I've had, which is in general. I can be very specific. I can point to one direction or a multitude of directions. Like I said, it's whatever people want to sit up there and hear. And even within that comment, I mean, not the comment, even within that content, people will decide to still take it however it is that they want to sit up there and take it. So, um, you can't sit up there and make, everybody happy. So, it'd be like that. But dealing with this one guy here, um, it's the simple fact that I know more than likely for a fact that it was not the video, more than likely. It was the commentary that I gave. And I'm like, you really was it really that harsh? Was it really that problematic that I sat up there and gave that type of critique as a gamer? Like I said before, I am a gamer. I have to sit up there and play Battlefield, the Call of Duties, the Road Companies, whatever shooters are directly out there. Even fighting games, stuff like that. And I faced a lot of instances where I've had to sit up there and face cheaters on these games, and they were using those types of devices, those exact same devices that the dude was showcasing, in the video, um, were the ones I think people were getting a form of like bans or whatever that band waves were sitting up there happening to people on I don't think it was Battlefield, I think it was like Call of Duty or something like that. I'm not sure if it might have been PC or console or maybe both. But, like I said before, it's crazy that you don't like the criticism that somebody gives, and all because of a video that you posted. Like, and I want people to understand this, right? This is the craziest part. People, a lot of dealing with like gamer type of like culture, um, you'll have folks out there that will make incendiary type of content on purpose in order to generate. So I'm like, the content that he made did what he wanted it to do, which was get the eyes of people, which was get the view of people, which is to get the buzz, get the people talking. But he didn't like what was stated. That's weird to me. That within itself doesn't make any type of sense. Doesn't make any type of sense. You specifically make content in order to get a certain reaction out of people, which is what he directly got out of me. He got a reaction. Like I said, I did write an email directly to him at the bottom. Like I said, I ain't about to sit up there and go through and try to like beg people for nothing and all this other type of stuff. It's like I said, it's a whole wild type of moment to know that you're a content creator and you make content in order to get reactions from people, in order to get, people moving or talking about certain things. And you get mad when people talk about the content that you make and highlight it. Like I said, I never even highlighted his channel. And that's the craziest part. I would not even have known that this was him. I wouldn't have even had known it if he didn't sit up there and do this. So, like I said, now I know who it is. Now I know exactly who the person is. And like I said, that's crazy to me. Like man, the amount of like, you said, in my personal opinion, I see you as a good person who points out the BS when you see it. Integrity being a core part of what you are. Well, like I said, this is early morning, and this is that's the most positive comment that I've randomly received, just out the blue, and this is coming from the other channel. I do see you, up there, 88. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Um, like I said, I'm highly like I don't even know where to go right now with this whole thing, and I'm tempted to make a whole nother live stream earlier today. I kid you not. I kid you not. I kid you not. I'm probably gonna sit up there and do it again. I'll probably just private this live stream and then, I'll just go through and do it again, like, later on in the morning after I wake up or something like that. Like I said, this is just wow, man. This is like I said, it's incredible to see something like this, right? It was like, "Hey, day is going like, all right, got some plans for some other type of stuff." And this is what you get. Yeah. Yeah, so, like I said, that's probably what I'll do a little bit later because I already knew that it was late. A lot of people are asleep, a lot of people are woke I said woken, Lord have mercy. That's how I know I'm just tired. Words just whatever. Um Like I said, a lot of people are working right now, or I mean, like, I think Michael is over there in the UK, so it should be if it's 3 something here, it should be, like, early morning. Yeah, it should be if I'm thinking about my video game logic and how I have to swap times to, like, UK times every now and again just to play a game early, it should be, like, early morning. They should have daylight, over there, so yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot I had a point that was leading directly towards daylight and morning. Like I said, that's how you know that I'm just all over the place right now. My brain is just it's frazzled. It really is. It really is. And the craziest part is I sat up there and wrote an email and I was thinking about not even writing an email. And the only reason I thought about not doing it was because I knew what happened last time because there was another guy who was from New York. He was some type of like artist rapper or whatever it was, right? Um, and it was something in a video that I used, and again, it was on X. Something that I used, didn't know who it was, and then immediately did the exact same thing, just automatically hitting the button. I'm like, y'all do realize that y'all can get in contact with people. And you can actually have a back and forth like adult human. And that's the other craziest part. Like this dude here is a full-blown adult. Like I said, I'm not dealing with like somebody in their early 20s. I'm not dealing with somebody that's a teenager. This is a fully grown adult that is more than likely 30s. And I'm like, really? I'm like, you can't have a conversation. Like I said, you can feel it's one thing to feel a certain type of way about what somebody said about a video that you made in order purposefully in order to generate a response. But then at the same time, you can't sit up there and have an adult conversation like a man. Can't do that. That's crazy to me. That's 100% crazy. Like I said before, that is wild. That is 1,000% wild to me. And this is like I said, this is one of the things that I just don't like about social media because a lot of people are very quick to it's not even reactionary because like I said, when was that stream done? Because that'll be the funniest part about it. What it say? Because they did this around like two something in the morning when they did that. Uh, let me see. How far back was that? Wasn't that about like a day or so ago? Let me just check real. Oh, matter of fact, I might not even be able to check it because technically it's not there. Yeah, so I can't even. Yeah, can't even check that. Check when that was actually. Nope. 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 Can't even check it. So I can't even tell y'all how far back um that stream was. This is so annoying. Wait, 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 wait. Isn't this the one? Wait, let me see. Problems. Now I gotta actually go look real quick. Okay. So yeah, they did that at 2:48, right? And that stream happened, and they did that today on the 26th. Brother, what? No, 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 no. That can't be the same one. Let me see this. No, no, no. Yeah, this ain't the. It can't be the same one. Yeah, that stream had to be like a few days ago because I forgot. I think I might have named. I would probably have to check Discord to really sit up there and see how far back that stream was. But yeah, like I said before, this is just crazy, man. What you say? 88. You said you think that was from 4 days ago. Yeah, like I'm saying, like it's been up there for longer than 24 hours. So I'm like, if anybody happens to use any type of content, like it shows directly up there. Like that's how YouTube works. In the background, it'll automatically let you know, give you a notification, all the other time. So it was there. It was there. And I'm not trying to, sit up there and hear like the dude was like inundated with a whole bunch of stuff because magically a billion people are using his content, like he's low tier god or something. It's like, nah, I can promise you that's not even the case. It's not even the case like that. Um, it's just the fact that he did not care enough about it during the time up until he decided to, I guess, like look at it or whatnot or whatever. Like I said, it was literally that one clip. And the funny, like I said before, you can actually go through and edit that, and it wouldn't even be an issue. Wouldn't even be an issue. But yeah, yep. This is clearly where we are at this moment in time. Yo, Knight, what is up? What is up? What is up? What is going on? What is happening? What is happening? You said it was good. Technically, just dealing with nonsense. Like I said, I don't even really have nothing to even go off of. Um, dealing with this live stream. If I was, set up, I probably would have just been running my mouth talking to y'all playing aliens at this moment because this is technically possibly ruined me going to sleep at this moment. Because I can feel it. Because before I was tired, and now it's like not so much. I'm not sure if that might be like second wind or adrenaline at this moment in time. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure. Like that was wild. That is wild. Let me tell you something. Like I said, it's always black folks, man. Every single time. Every single time. Oh my god. I'm so annoyed right now. I'm so annoyed. I was annoyed earlier when I couldn't post one of my videos. And now I'm even more annoyed because of this. Like the video posted don't even matter now. This is the most annoying part of the day at this moment. Unbelievable. 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 So how's everybody's morning going? How's everybody's morning going at this moment? It's only a few of us here, so Night Show said just came in the building, man. It was a little theater. I put her video on TikTok and I had the roast, and I got the chick video on my channel. Oh, wait. So you was a part of a what, like a TikTok live? That's pretty dope. You said this is Heather talking junk weather. None. What? Wait, are you talking about what I'm talking about, or you talking about you? Rabbit said, "Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I seen the stuff about now. It's like I'm at the moment in time where, well, actually, what? Haven't I talked about like Ab and Preach on the channel before, and I ain't had no problems. And those are large content creators, which is the craziest part. And like I said, this is this like I said, this be the craziest thing. Like, yo, oh, you said it was a tether talking crap. Oh, okay, I got you. And the craziest part, I have a video lined up that technically matches, directly with that. But it's just, sitting in the back for whatever reason. I have no clue. Every now and again, YouTube will keep videos that I want to sit up there and put. They'll keep them in like a checking limbo, which makes no sense to me. Like I think the longest video that YouTube had in some type of like caught up in a checking window was like almost like a week or two. And I'm like, I just don't understand it. I'm like, I don't understand what are y'all specifically, why would it even take 2 weeks to even check a video, even a week, even 24 hours? I'm like, I'm not even understanding what's going on here. I'm like, it doesn't make any type of sense, but you know, it's crazy. Um, Let me see. 88 said, I thought I was going to have to wait 6 more hours to hear from you again, but yay. Uh, no, like I said, I have videos, uploaded for y'all, but this is where we currently are, at this moment in time. And it's like I'm not even realistically trying to make this like some 7-hour type of thing. I'm really not. I'm really not. It's very early in the morning. And I ain't even trying to, start off people's, morning in like a bad mood. I'm not even trying to be in a bad mood. I'm really not. I would actually just like to go to sleep. Just, just really would. This is madness. This is madness. This is madness. Um, 88 said, "Oh yeah, with a white girl." LOL. Knight said, "They out of Canada." What album? I mean, like I said, however, he decides to, deal with this situation, then, he gonna figure it out. Like I said, he got money. And man is rich. To me, I feel like Ab and Preach are like millionaires, or at least somewhere up there with the amount of content that they've been doing and whatnot, how successful they are over the last like 10 years. I feel like, they good. Um, Wait, I don't even know. I don't even know what that means. Let me tell you. I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm at a point right now. I'm just like, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna even, re-say what you wrote because I'm not even sure, because YouTube might be like, "What did you say?" They just might sit up there and pop up on me, you know. 88 said, "Well, we'll help you count sheep for now." LOL. I don't even know if sheep even exist at this moment. Like like I said, I'm just outdone. Like it's just when you think that you're completely done with a situation and stuff basically happening. Um, Here you go. And the craziest part is the craziest part is this. Out of all of the racists and all of the trolls that I get, they don't even do this. And it's crazy to say that even the racists and the trolls have more integrity. They have more of a conscience, even though they're racist, even though they're trolls. They come through, the live streams when we happen to have them, and they say, all types of slurs and da 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 and all that. They don't sit up there and stoop this low. And we have back and forths, and some of y'all have been here before, and we have back and forths. Like I'm sitting up here getting out books, y'all sitting up there talking in the comment section. I'm replying directly in the lives. Like it's a whole party. It's a whole party that sit up there and happens, right? Everybody's throwing energy everywhere. But the one thing that I've never had them do is this. That's wild. Just to that's wild to sit up there and even be able to say, wow, like that's incredible. That like I said before, that by itself is incredible. Like the racists and the trolls don't even stoop this low. We can just have conversations. We can just have it out in the comment section. That's it. That's it. And then we just, convene another day. Like, yo, that's crazy. That is wild. That is wild. That is wild. Like I said, that shows you. So what I'm learning now is that the racists and the trolls can sit up there and take critiques. They can take back and forths. But you have somebody else that I didn't know of that is a content creator that I just now found out about, seemingly cannot take a critique. That's wild. That's crazy to say. That, like I said, that's wild. That's wild. Like I said, I don't even know where to. I'm just trying to figure out where to even go with this right now. I'm just trying to figure out where to even go with this. Let me hold on. So I actually just looked at this real quick. So you mean to tell me, because I had to sit up there and look directly at this, right? So you you mean to tell me, right? This dude had this video up back in 20, and this is an old video, mind you. This is 2026. So this is a 3-year-old clip that he had directly above there, right? Had this clip up there. And you wanted to do this over a 3-year old clip during a live stream? And the craziest part is I see people down there saying worse. Okay, so I think I get it now. I think I get it right. As long as the energy is directly towards his comment section and his platform where the video is located, he don't care what people say. If it's away from the platform, and again, I found a video directly on X. I don't know who posted it. Somebody else reposted it, but I promise you, he's not going to go after that person, right? Nor is he going to sit up there and try to see all the areas on social media that this video is posted, right? But like I said, I see people technically uh saying like worse stuff in the comment section. Worse stuff in the comment section. And he's sitting up there replying and laughing directly to it. But as long as it's directly with the short that he did on his channel, it's completely fine and dandy. Like, is it is it like a money thing? Like, I'm just trying to figure out. I'm, I'm just I'm just trying to sit up there and figure out, like, is it really like a money thing? Like, I'm not sure if he really thought that I was like making something directly from that video, or I don't know, because the live stream didn't even have anywhere close to like what did he have up there? Because as soon as I highlighted the what's name in the back, it just sent me directly to um wherever the short is basically located. Yeah, the live didn't have nowhere close to a how many did it have directly up there? Didn't it say like 200 and something? Matter of fact, let me just go directly to the channel. It'll be better just to sit up here and do it that way. Let's see. Let's go to popular. Let's go to popular, right? And for whatever reason, I can't scroll down. Okay, there we go. So yeah, the live stream had nowhere close to 283K views. Like I said, congratulations though. Congratulations. You got 283K views. Probably, made a nifty amount, directly with that. But like I said, it's a multitude of videos that he has up there where it's to trigger people and to get them to comment on like, hey, I got this such and such hooked up to, my controller and yada yada yada, all this other type of stuff. That was the only video that really got that high. Everything else is what, two other videos which are not even the same thing are at 30, and then everything else is less than like 15K. That is the highest short that he has, and it was dealing directly with that. Mm-mm-mm. Like I said, this is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous at this moment and time. Mm-mm-mm. It's crazy work. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Like I said, I feel like just peering through. Let's see other stuff you got up there. Let's see what you got. So you got that one directly there. Ah, let me just go back so I can click on the rest of the links that he has. Let me make sure to mute the audio. I don't want to sit up there and have any problems again. Don't want to have any problems again. And the craziest part is it says directly underneath that video that he earns commissions. So it had to be a money thing. Had to be, like I said, it had to be about a money thing. Like I guess he feels that I was trying to steal money from him or something. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just taking my time going through all of these variety of channels that he has. Like I said, I'm bored. I'm not gonna, show him here because that might be a problem. The most I'll do is, you'll just see the channel image. That shouldn't be a problem. That should be a problem because it's not a video. It's a still shot. You know. Let me see this. I would expect for as much time and effort that I'm seeing here, I would expect way more. I'm just gonna be honest. I would expect way more due to the fact that you are in a niche. I expect way more, and I think he did state that he is in well, at least in one of the videos he went to go visit was in California. Yeah, I can see a lot of things and how things would actually work out different if there were like a lot of tweaks. Like I said before, like it's so simple being a content creator and seeing certain things, but also beyond being a content creator, being somebody who watches other people's content, you can notice and automatically see things that folks would need to change that would automatically make stuff better. It would automatically make stuff better, especially like I said, that's crazy. That's why, and like I said before, I could sit up there and spot and see a lot of things that could potentially help out his quote unquote the areas of content and everything of the sort. Just sitting up here looking. Let's see here. Latest. Let's see here. Yep, like I said, I can see so many things. So many things directly up here. I don't know. Like I said, this is just this is so annoying. This is very, very annoying. Like I said, I wouldn't sit up there and wish this on anybody. Wouldn't at all. You know the craziest part? Even if he had content up there of mine that he was using, and obviously he wouldn't because he's not in the exact same space. Um, I wouldn't even sit up there and do this. Like I said before, I would never be on that type of time, um, at all. But I don't know. Everybody's different out here. Knight was like, "You have to fight with your own people, man. It's crazy." Yep. And you said, "Even the racists and the trolls can take a fate." Yes, they can. You said, "Just got coffee." You said, "Beyond psychotic." Rabbit said, "The man who." Oh yeah, yeah. I heard about that. I think a day or so ago. I heard about that. Tibby said, "I'm here. What did I miss?" You said you go to bed. It's way too early. Well, the only reason I'm actually up right now, Tibby, is because of the screen. Right, you had this dude up here. So it was a live stream that we did previously, and I'm not sure if you were there or not, but I gave a critique on a video that I seen on X where a individual who just so happens to be this guy, right, made a video. And in the video, he had linked to, a variety of different devices that are used to cheat, right? Or better, let me put it, it's used to give people an advantage in video games that they naturally normally wouldn't have, right? And he had all of these things linked directly to his PS5 Pro and his PS5 Pro controller. And within that live stream, I gave very simple critiques as a gamer. I wasn't talking as as a content creator. I was talking directly as a gamer, having to, deal with and face a variety of things online where people want to get the edge or the advantage and all this other type of stuff. And I was speaking honestly and directly from the heart, just like a lot of other gamers, would, because a lot of gamers feel a certain type of way when they start seeing people have and use these devices. And then these be the same folks that want to sit up there and say that they're good directly at the game. But yet at the same time, those would be the same folks that would never show up to a tournament. Like the amount of folks that I've witnessed cheating on Street Fighter 4 back in the day on 360, they would never sit up there and show up to a tournament because they would get beat. They would just it's over for them. It's nothing that you're going to be able to do. You got your choice between whatever controller that you like to use. Let's say, like, if it's a PlayStation or an Xbox or an arcade stick, that's it. You're not hooking in nothing extra and all. You're not doing none of that. And especially if you're on PC, it's very much over for you because a lot of folks on there they want to use tool assisted, type of scripts and all this other type of. You ain't doing that in no tournament. And I remember if because I think some of the things that come back, I know I specifically stated that what they need to do is when you have folks that are too good to be true, they should automatically get a flight directly to whatever gaming studio it is so that they can sit up there and go against, let's see, the creative teams that created the game or whatnot, or whatever, right? To actually test that person to see what it is. Like I said, 9 times out of 10, a lot of folks ain't gonna sit up and make it because you just got too many people, you know, that's doing just a lot of stuff, especially on PC. Um, but like I said, wait, what did you say? You said I missed the last stream. What's wrong with cheat codes? I use them on the Sims. No, no, we ain't talking about the Sims on single player. See, this is my thing. When you want to use cheats on a single player game, that's fine. That's not ruining the fun for nobody. That's for you. You want to sit up and do that. I'm talking about multiplayer games. I'm talking about like shooters. I'm talking about like fighting games. I'm talking about like competitive games like sports, racing, things that have multiplayer. Like you got a lot of guys that get off of work and their whole main thing is like, yo, I'm about to go home. I'm about to, sit up there and just relax and and play the game and whatnot or whatever. Like it's a difference between you going against like sweats and tryhards versus cheaters, people who use devices in order to get an advantage. It's a complete difference. And especially if you're just coming home from work and you notice some, you can clearly tell that somebody's cheating, and then they want to sit up there and write you messages trying to say that you suck and this, that, and the third, and all this other type of stuff. But mind you, let you get 5 to 10 kills off of that cheater, and their little scripts or their cheats wasn't sitting up there working, they'll be the main ones to try to report you. That's the craziest part. That's the wild part. And that's why I told y'all before, why I have a type of disdain for cheaters when it deals with multiplayer games, because those are the same ones who wanted to they hacked and then banned my Activision account. But mind you, you have streamers and everybody else actually cheating, been caught red-handed multiple times during streams, during tournaments, and these people don't get banned. But somebody who ended up beating a cheater or cheaters and then making them mad was the one that ended up getting banned by way of the cheaters, because Activision and their systems are so flimsy that any of these kids out here that know just a little bit of something about computers and how to do this and how to do that, they can just, do whatever it is that they want to do. And the same hackers will sit up there and tell you during and either by text, where everybody can see it, or they'll write to you, or they'll use voice. They'll be like, yo, um, enjoy this win that you got. I'm going to sit up there and hack and get you banned. They'll literally tell you that. They'll say it directly to you. And then they'll be like, well, I'm not even worried about this account because this ain't even my real account, and da 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 da. So it don't matter even if you report me for what it is that I did. Right. Like I said, it's crazy how it works. Like I said, cheaters be winning out here. And they get away with murder. I kid you not. Like it's the craziest thing to see that type of stuff happen. It's the craziest thing. And this is why when it deals with like a lot of shooters, you have a lot of people that they just, they're like, I don't really care for it no more. They start going towards, like other stuff. 88 says I still have way too many cooking. Wait, way too many cook songs stuck in my head from when you were singing it. Hopefully it wasn't deleted. I think it was in the lava. Yeah, it might have been. It's it might have been. It might have been a part of that. Tip was like, "Yeah, I get it." Yeah, like I said, it's crazy. It's 100% crazy. But like I said, good morning, everybody. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Good morning, everybody. It's just, I don't know, I'm sitting here at the moment, just thinking. Just thinking. Like I said, we will see if they'll end up replying back to the message, or if they'll decide to sit up there and ignore it. Like I said, it'd be pretty interesting. We will see what is going to happen with that. I don't really expect much, I'll tell you that. I will tell you that. And the craziest part is it can't, for me in my mind, right? Looking at one of those videos, because I think he was like showing off some type of car. I'm like, oh, so you rich then? I'm like, so I'm like, so what is the actual issue? Like you showing yourself, driving expensive cars and all this other type of stuff. So I'm like, so what's the actual issue? Because it can't be. It's impossible for it to be money. Because for me, I'm really just trying to figure out. I'm really just trying to figure out what is it really? Because in my mind, I'm like, I don't really want to think that somebody is a grown man is that petty over a comment dealing with video games. I really don't want to. I really don't want to think. The only person I know that could be petty is low tier God, king of petty. That's just that's what low tier God does. Like I said, I get it. That's a part of the whole thing. But I'm like, I don't really want to believe that another grown man is just It's just that. I'm like, and you're not even in the space to display that type of, like, energy to be petty and all. I'm like, "That's weird." That's a bit weird. Like I said before, out of all of the times that I've ever been raised, people sat up there and said that, "Yo, men should be able to have conversations. Should be able to have conversations." I guess not. He was up at, like, 2 something in the morning and decided to, like, knock on YouTube's door real quick. I'm like, "Yo, YouTube, I don't like this. I need you to do something about it." Oh, that's crazy, dog. That is yo, that's wild to me. That that is wild to me. Mm-mm-mm. Tippy, what are you doing up right now? Because technically, if I'm thinking correct, this what so it should be like 2:32 your time? I think yeah, it should be 2:32 your time because you thought like 3 hours back. You shouldn't even be up right now. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Technically, a lot of y'all are up right now. I didn't even expect quite a few of y'all to be up at this moment in time. Did not actually expect that. And first of all, I'm trying to figure out why is 88 up right now. I'm like, you a whole chef. Let me tell you, y'all gotta sit up there and get y'all gotta get y'all sleep because you gotta slice and dice and all this other type of stuff. You can't be messing up. That'd be like the tip of a thumb real quick. So you gotta get your sleep. You 100% gotta get your sleep. What did Tippy say? She said insomnia. So why you not playing the game? Talking about insomnia. I was gonna say a game that you could actually look directly into that came out recently, Tippy, is Once Human, but I'm not sure if they got it on PS4. I'm not too sure. I want to say it should be able to run. It would just not look as great. 88 says, Seji, fun fact, I'm low key nocturnal and I do a lot of meal prepping. Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Technically, I'm the same way too. Normally I would be up during the night. It's just I opt to go to sleep now during the night or whatnot so I can wake up in the morning. But normally my schedule is nighttime. So I'll be technically asleep during the day and then during the night I would be up. That's usually how it would work. And in most cases, but try to, just force myself to go to sleep. Like right now, technically I'm supposed to be asleep. I'm not even supposed to be up. The only reason I'm even got a little bit of energy is because I went to sleep earlier for a few hours because I was dead tired. Um, trying to stay up and figure out the hours that Aliens was going to come out. Like I said, this better be the last time that any game company decides that we're not going to allow you to pre-order and we're not going to have the specific time of which the game is going to release. You're just going to have to be up that day and then buy it, download it, and do all of that. Like I said, that was a whole thing that just did not need to happen that way. Like I said, I don't know why. Like I said, shout out to and I left them a comment directly on the Xbox store. Like I said, I waited, stayed up for over 24 hours, waited for the game to come out to finally be able to play it. Like I said, shout out to the team and everything, but never again. Don't do this ever again. just just have it on the store so that people can pre-order the game and have the pre-download and then they can be set. This is like I said, there's no need to do that. Timmy said, "So we're a bunch of black vampires." What was it? 88 said, "Not gonna lie, I usually fall asleep on the tail end of your live streams. I enjoy listening to your voice to fall asleep to because it's like ASMR news." He said, and when they're still going at 12 a.m. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Those are like the long live streams. Tippy remembers those too. Oh, gym on 12 PM, yeah. I mean, technically, we've had both, 'cause in some instances, I think we had, like, a 24 plus hour, live stream, and on the other end, we've had, like, 15 to 18 hours. So, let's say I might have started now, and it might be from 5 to 5, like, something crazy like that, you know? Um, but yeah, I know Tippy remember those live streams because I think a few of those she was. The craziest part, 88, you could have been on those live streams as well too. Technically, quite a few people, actually, because some of y'all have been here for so many years. It took a while to actually get Tippy to finally pull up. We tried to get Gail up there, but Gail was having complications with her phone during the time. Um, I think we had King up there. That was a brother truck driver. Um, and I'm not even sure if he went through with creating like the content for, just buying like the cameras, the Wi-Fi connection. Like I said, thought process during the time I had a whole setup for that dude to because I wanted him to, be able to stream and whatnot. Like it would have been dope. It would have been dope. I hope he did. I hope he went through um, with it and got the channel like set up on TikTok or Twitch or whatnot. Like I said, a lot of people just enjoy that and just, watch it because you can just see the view of like the road through different states and seasons and different things like that. Incredible stuff. And then he can, formulate that into like 18-hour videos or something like that. Um, might have to do quite a bit of cutting and editing. Might have to have somebody do that for him, but it's easy. It's easy to do. Um, who else? Who else do we have up here? Sham was up there. Katara was up there. Miss Anderson has been up there. Mo has been up there. Did we have the D? What has D Money been on a live stream? I think maybe he might have. I know K5, Trills, Q. We had Nene, we had Kia or Kaya. Um, it's like several other people that's been a part of like the live streams that we've done. Like I said, just sitting back there reminiscing, just trying to go back and remember some stuff. I'm just outdone right now. Let me tell you. I'm so mad right now. I'm just. But like I said, going back to use myself as an example, this is why a lot of the times I told you guys, um, do things that are like evergreen content based, and things like that. Even if you don't have the issue that I'm specifically going through right now, you can still have problems even if you're doing gaming where it deals with matter of fact, let me sit up there and show y'all real quick. I gotta go back to the what's the name? Let me go back. Go here. And I think I might still have that live stream up. No, 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 no. It wasn't a live stream. It was a video, right? And then I would have to filter real quick. Let me see. Yep. Let me see view details. Yeah. So let me show you how they did me. This is an older video. This is from way back. Way back. And like I said, I haven't played Tekken in years either. This is something else. This is technically, and this is like a 9-minute video. And man, I thought I was really doing something in that video too. Let me put that directly up here. This one right here, this is one of my older videos. This is way back. Let me actually give y'all the date on how old this video is. This lets you know I wasn't really consistent back then, but this lets you know how long I was doing videos on YouTube. This is from 2010. This is February 11th, 2010. And then I got videos. I got a few videos older. I got 2 videos older than that. Well, 10. Well, no. I actually had more than that. I think I might have had one back from like '09, but I took that down because that was when where I was living at the time. And I sat up there and just like took that down. I should have left it. I should have left it. Hopefully if I was smart, I made sure to download that clip or that video showing Detroit snow days. And that's the crazy part. And that's exactly what this was listed. I think I had a video. Yep, it might have been snowing during that time too. Oh, that's crazy. Be all the way back. 88 was like, dang, 2010. It's like 11. Yo, that's wild. That sounds crazy right there. That sounds wild. And he was like, "Yo, you was streaming back when I was 11? That was back when I was in like elementary school." Wow, that's crazy. It's crazy that people want to like pull up and just make you seem old. That's wild. LP, what is up? You said you a Jack player? Yeah. Main characters on Tekken that I love the most, Jack 6 and Yoshimitsu. Those are 2 of my favorite characters out of the whole Tekken cast. A third character, technically, I was looking at was during the time was like Steve Fox because I liked the unorthodox style that he had when it dealt with like boxing and whatnot. I thought it was pretty dope. But then it was too many people playing with Steve Fox, and I was like, all right, yeah, I can't do it. I just saw too many people playing with Steve Fox, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I like Steve Fox as a moveset and as a character and everything. But I'm like, yeah, I can't do it. The other one, I can't think. It was I want to say, I think he was like Spanish. I forgot his name. I forgot his name. And you may know who I'm talking about, but the main move that he would do, he would have like this. He has like a savage stance. He has another character has an unorthodox stance, and when he does like his savage stance, he does like a stump directly to like your foot, and I think he does like a taunt with it, and then he can kind of like roll back with it, and then he'll start like hitting you or whatnot. I forgot his name though. He sort of reminds you of the tall Latin dude off of Bleach. I forgot his name. Yeah, Miguel. Thank you. That's the dude right there. It's crazy. And you are a Miguel player. It's crazy. Wait. So if you play I think wasn't Lee was also Violet, if I remember correctly. You because you may know better than my memory is a little bit shot at this moment in time. But I could swear Lee was also Violet. That was another character that was dope too. I think that was like his alter ego or secret identity or something like that. Was that Dark Resurrection? I forgot which Tekken it was. I forgot, but yeah, Miguel. That was. I'm like, man, that stump every single time. Like the way that Miguel could just let out that stump. It reminds me of Cammy in Street Fighter 4. She has this one kick that she can do in Street Fighter 4 Vanilla. And it can basically leave you pinned directly for a setup. It reminded me of Miguel so much. LP said, yeah, he's not in Tekken 8. And you said, yep, in T4, he was Violet, and then you can switch to Lee after you beat the game with him. Okay. Rabbit said I like Yoshimitsu because he just moves insane. And my favorite is the helicopter move. Oh, yeah, I got a few moves of Yoshimitsu, but how can I say this? Because I don't want this to be problematic. It's basically dang. When you can use the sword, but not specifically on the enemy. That's the best way to basically put it. And you can do that, in some instances on wake up or when he's, sitting or from helicopter stance. Like I said, That's the whole reason I like Yoshimitsu. Yoshimitsu and Jack 6 on Tekken, and then when it deals with, um, what is it, Soul Calibur, it moves over to there. I'm a Voldo player and Astroth. So it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing, that basically happens. CLP, I would say any of those names, but sometimes YouTube is a little bit sensitive, and at this point, I just gotta be very cautious. I can let y'all can write it as freely as y'all want to in the comment section. I just have to make sure not to sit up there and say it. That's crazy. 88 was like, "Yeah, you're young at heart. You're old, but you're young at heart." Wow, that's diabolical. That's diabolical. 88 said, "There's black men on YouTube who make money off of doing ASMR, Bible scriptures, reading videos. LOL, you can make a channel reading books and make a lot of money. You sound great and can go for hours." The thing that would get me is the pronunciation. And usually if I happen to talk, if I'm reading, then I want to go straight through. If I'm reading like 3 to 4 pages, I want to go through all of those pages without messing up. And I tend to mess up. The moment of time I'm focused on not messing up, that's when I mess up the most. Um, you said Valdo player, LOL. I play Taki. No, Taki's dope. Taki is pretty dope. What's wrong with Valdo? You gotta have Valdo. You gotta pull the BDSM out on people. That man be sitting up there wearing like a straight leather outfit, barely anything on, with a gag ball and whatnot. Like it's great. The craziest part is I liked Valdo originally because he reminded me of Hellraiser. Like when he's just like standing normal, he reminds me of like Hellraiser, like something that you would see like a Xenobite off of Hellraiser or whatnot. But then when he plays, it's a whole different story. And I would make sure to use like the guillotine or the claws because I'm going for reach. Um, but then, of course, if I didn't want to use Valdo, I would just go directly to Astroff so I can start shaking people down for their money. Start going for people's lunch money. And I liked Astroff due to the fact that I could actually launch people off the stage where it would be a ring out, and I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to feel nice, and let me just grab your leg and bring you back in here. And do stuff like that. I could technically do that with Valdo because he has a backwards type of grab, but I think in the more recent um iteration of Soul Calibur, I think they might have took that out. Just like how they changed Astroth. I didn't really like Astroth in the newer Soul Calibur. I like Astroth better in 4 and 3, where it was just like a mixture of the axe and some grabs and different stuff like that. 88 said it was supposed to be an insult. No, no, no. I got you. I got you. I know. I know. LP said LMAO. 88 said not the BDSM. It'd be like that. It'd be like that. Valdo's about that life. Valdo's about that life. Like I said, I really feel like whoever really designed Valdo, they were heavily influenced by Hellraiser. Because I'm telling you, when you go back and look at Valdo's character and then you look at the characters in Hellraiser, it's the same thing. And I think if I remember correctly, even with Pinhead, because he got the small little pins, I think Valdo has a costume where he has like larger type of like spikes in a sense there. So, like I said, I can see it. I can see it. And I knew a lot of people that were Taki players. Because Taki has jiggle physics. Let me tell you something. Somebody has to explain to me where on this planet is Taki able to be a gymnast? Because I can see how that is not going to work out. Now, if she wanted to be a swimmer, excellent swimmer, excellent, excellent swimmer. Now, to be a gymnast, Taki is all over the place. Nothing is, she's in a onesie. Nothing is just, held down. It's crazy out here. LP said, "True, they are similar." He said, "Oh yeah, don't forget about Ivy." Oh, that You know, I'm glad that you brought that up. Ivy is my 3rd character, on Soul Calibur. I wanna say a while ago, I think I fell in love with playing with Ivy back in 2, I wanna say 2/3. It was like, as soon as I saw her, I'm like, "She's gonna be my character." And then I liked, the throw that she had because it was like, one of the more difficult moves to do. And it's like, people who are very good at movement, they can do 2 steps and automatically catch you in that. Or, they can buffer it into, a move, and that move does damage. It does damage. It that bad boy turns into, like, a whole cutscene. And I'm like, I've always respected people that could, that just, like, pulled off that move. And I've seen people do that in tournaments. I'm like, "Ooh." That's like watching somebody do a standing 720 with Hugo on 3rd strike. I'm like, "Ooh, that's a bad man." So, so what? You didn't even see the person move. All you just saw was like Hugo's hand. I'm like, "It's over. Just give it up to God right now." There's nothing you can do. Just put down the controller because that damage you're about to get is going to be crazy. And unless you can parry the claps or the butt bounce that he's about to do or whatnot, good luck. Good luck, because he's just going to be able to do anything after that now because you shook. Your health is done. You're going to have to be godlike to pull this off because Lord help you if he happens to parry one punch or a kick, or if you got a Shoto character and you didn't use like an EX, and even if you use the EX, if that dude knows how to perfect parry, oh, it's over. Or I'm sorry, red parry. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's over. It is over. It is over. You said, I know the one that sword breaks and all the blade shards hit you. Yep, that is the one. That bad boy turns into a full-fledged cinematic like Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Let me tell you. You sitting there watching a movie. And she just sitting up there like she got a heel and just like stumping on you, just rubbing you out like like a cigarette. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's another character as well too. So that's 3. That's 3. What was it? Street Fighter main is number 1, top 1 is Balrog, aka M Bison. Um Now 3rd strike though would have been Akuma. It would have been Akuma was my main go-to that I would always play with no matter what, did not care, especially after you had 3rd strike and you unlocked the ability to just allow the characters to like link and chain just like anything. Oh my god. It was like me and my friends would have so much fun. Just like linking and chaining like supers and parrying and stuff. Oh my goodness, being able to play so much where I could parry, I think it was called like the cleansing palm. Like basically on 3rd strike, Akuma would disappear from the ground into the air and he would just come down with like a chop to the floor. And it's like you can actually parry that move and it has a very nice area that it actually hits as well too. Um I think Gil was technically hard to pair. I think that was about like a good 30 hits. You really had to be on it. What was it? I think you should have been able to parry that. I think if I'm thinking correctly. Um, so yeah, 3rd strike, it'll be Akuma, Street Fighter 4. It would be Balrog, technically charged characters. So Balrog and Blanca. Blanca, again, another sort of kind of unorthodox character. Balrog is a bit more, straightforward. Um, Who else? I wanna say I used some every now and again, I might have used E Honda, sorta, kinda, possibly. Trying to figure out I think that's really who all I had, for, Street Fighter 4 was just mainly those 2, because I can hear the Indestructible theme song right now. Kid you not. 88 said like a cigarette as well. You gotta see Ivy do it, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Um, 88 said the cleansing palm is a great name for a slap. Technically, it would be. It would be, but that would have to be a godlike slap. Like, that person would have to just be out, as if you actually just, like, punched them directly on the chin. Um, so, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. LP said, "Bro, you should start streaming. You have a big enough following." Well, wait, you talking about, like, streaming video games or just streaming in general? I mean, I do stream in general, but it's just, I'm more so, talk about, social, political, type of deal. Um, I was supposed to. Oh, you talking about video games? Oh, you talking about on Twitch? Man, let me tell you, and I do have a Twitch. Only got like 50. No, no, no. But let me not sit up there and lie. 40 people over there. It's been a minute. Like I said, I don't got nothing over there really. Like I said, shout out to my folks who are part of the channel that that follow me directly up over there. But I haven't really posted anything over there because ain't nothing, wasn't nothing happening. Let me just be honest with you. Twitch, it doesn't have a very good I can't even find the correct word I want to sit up there and use. Okay, incorrect. I got 61. How I got 61, only the Lord knows. I don't even know what to realistically tell you on that. But yeah, I don't even got nothing up there. Just being real, it's nothing up there. At one point, I was consistently streaming on Twitch. It was like during I think a week. I was sitting up there doing that was when Remnant of the Ashes 2 came out. And I was really streaming directly on there, but I was having issues with, like the sound, coming directly through and things like that. So I would have to really go back and fine tune some stuff to make sure that, when I stream, the game audio and everything is coming directly through so that people can, hear it and everything. I'll have to do, a whole bunch of test streams and whatnot. Like I said, I wouldn't mind sitting up there doing it, but you know, Twitch is just one of those. I feel like if I were to stream, will Kick, they more so they want you to show your face. I haven't done that. Had a camera up in a minute. Um, Let me see if it was more so like TikTok or like YouTube. Yeah, yeah. Sit up there and can do that. Twitch is just it's a whole nother beast. It's a whole nother beast. Dealing with you. So what you stream on Twitch? It sounds like you might be a Twitch expert. Sounds like you might be a streamer. I sense it. Rivers, what is up? You said Grand Rising, Mr. Hito. Enjoy your evening chats. Have a great day with your video game. Oh no, this ain't even. This is just a clip. This- I forgot I even left this up here, and I was just sitting up here talking to y'all. My bad. Let me flip this back. Let me flip this back real quick. Let me flip this back real quick. Yo, Miss Gray, what is up? What is up? What is up? You said Grand Rise and Seiji. You said, "Oh, ish, Tekken is my favorite game." Trust me, I'm right there. When I tell you that I used to know life on Tekken when I had Jack 6 and going through rank or just like normal modes, I was there. I was sitting directly there and just playing Tekken. But mostly I want to say I would spend a lot of time in training. Like I would go directly into the training room and I would play on the casino map. I love that map because it's endless and I just love the song. I kid you not, like there's a multitude of times playing Tekken that I would just fall asleep directly on the floor, with my back against the chair and the arcade stick on the floor. And I'll wake back up. I'm like, oh, I fell asleep. But all right, let me get back to, sitting up there, whatnot, whatever. And it's like the craziest part that people don't understand is that when you do that so many times, you get to the point where even when you're dreaming, you can feel your hands. Like that's it sounds insane to sit up and say like this, but it's like the muscle memory basically it starts kicking in. And now everything that you did directly in training because you've been doing that, then falling asleep, eating, waking up, and just basically thinking about this, and you can see it directly in your mind. you can now easily just do any of those the combos that you worked on literally in a live, game or whatnot or whatever. Like, it's crazy. And it's when you've worked on a combo for so long, you can see certain things that people do in slow motion. It was like, "Oh, snap. I got about like 8 different I got about 8 different launches I can do for this move." And linking it to like a 70 to an 80 hit combo, and then it's a wall bounce, and then I can extend this and like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But like I said, shout out to my fighting game players. Shout out to my folks. Shout out to my folks. LP said, "Nah, I'm about to start. I figure every time I play, might as well try to find an audience, get some extra." Yeah, like, yo, yo. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Wait, hold on. Miss Gray said, "I love scenario campaign part of the game too." Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yo, the NPCs used to be beating me down because again, I'm using like Jack 6, and I think what was it? Because we're on which Tekken? I forgot which Tekken we're on. But, I wanna say because that should have been Jack 6, so that should have been Tekken 6. That's the main way for me to sit up there and keep track of every single Tekken is by the number of Jack, by the number that's near Jack. Um, so back during that time, I remember going through that story, and you had to, fight, I think, the army that was there. Wasn't there a train? It was something weird, but it was very difficult because of the way that Jack basically moves. So I had to use a lot of different I had to use like his debugger, I had to use the windmill, had to use like his Superman. Superman is basically is it like forward 1, 2, or is it forward, forward, 2, 3? I forgot because it's been a minute. But basically, when Jack 6 propels his body forward and dives in front of you, and I call that like the Superman. Because if you put a cape on it, that's what it looks like. And my Jack 6 was, I had several costumes for him where he was dressed up like Clark Kent with the glasses. I kid you not, it was beautiful. Wish I can get that data back. Let me tell you, wish I can get that back. Yo, Mahoko, what is up? What is up? What is up? What is going on? But going back to LP. Oh, I forgot because it's not vertical, so it's going to show up way larger. Um, go for broke. Go for broke. Let me go. Like I said, everybody who pulls up here, who talks about content creation, just do it. That's the best way I can sit up there and tell you. Just do it. Like I said, when I originally started out, before I did all of this was a gaming channel. One of the games, let me go back here and I can sit up there and tell you. I got like Call of Duty matches up here. One of the Call of Duty matches, I think I went like 80, I think it was like 80 and 10. But the footage on it is grainy though. That's the problem. It like if I were to show y'all that footage, it would look like, yeah, I went 80 in Black Ops 2, kill confirmed. On Carrier, I went like 80 and 10. I was doing work. Let me sit up there and tell you something. I was doing work during those times. I was doing some work. I was doing the Lord's work. It's so few times where I could sit up there and just like pull up, and I'm like, yeah, we had some high numbers during those times. Had another one went 20. Yeah, this is Black Ops. I had 23 and 3, 30 and 9. Doing the Lord's work. That was back when we had Skrillex. And that was the main thing that everybody was hyped about. But my bad, my bad. To what was it? To LP. Um, go for broke. I'm sitting up here reminiscing and going back through some of these. Like one video, my highest video that I ever had dealing with video games was, well, one of them. I'm not sure if the Fantasy Star Online 2 video is it's not up here. That has to be up here. Okay, yeah, it is up here. Okay. So one of the highest videos that I ever had video game wise was almost close to like 3K. And that was for a game that was made by a company from Atlas called God Mode. And that was a game that I loved. Like it was like it had sort of a rogue like ish type of thing directly to it, but they dropped the ball on it. There was a lot of bugs. There was a lot of things that they just did not come back and fix and patch for whatever reason. And like I said, I wanted that game, especially during the time on 360. I wanted that game to be successful. And I did not expect to make an analysis video and to have for it to be like 13 minutes and to have 3,000 people actually like look at it. I'm like, that was crazy to me. I didn't get any comments on that video, which wait, did I have comments? I probably did have comments, but I made those videos private. I made those private. The next video I had, and that one was 21K. Technically that's my first highest video, and that was for Fantasy Star Online 2, um, giving people the English patch and a black screen fix. And I had quite a few people, pull up there and watch that video and whatnot. And then after that, I had another PSO2 English patch video that I dropped because I think tried to give multiple fixes directly on that because people were saying that they were still having some problems or whatnot. So I went back and tried to figure some stuff out, directly on there, and made a video about the PSO tweaker during the time to try to help out people for the English side of things. And then after that, it was never again that I saw views like that because then I started doing videos on what was it, Smite and stuff like that. And then I did Jump Force. That went nowhere. Let me tell you something. And then my Smite video, I had like I went 2-0 and 42 assists with Kumba Karna. That was way back in 2014. Way back in 2014. Old videos. I got 2013 Smite videos up there, man. I reminisce. Let me tell you. 88 said, I remember Skrillex. Mm-hmm. Mahoko said, we are on Tekken 8. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, it's been a minute. 88 said, LOL, that reminds me when I used to play GTA and Tony Hawk with my brother on PS2 when I was younger. Yeah, those are classic days. Classic days. Ms. Grace said, I haven't played 4 yet, but I have 1 through 3. Mogul said, dang, says he had no idea you played PSO2. Yeah, I mean, I played it a little bit. Originally, I played Fantasy Star, and again, I loved it. I primarily used the Beast class. And I should have been, I think I had like the red version of the Beast because you had like, I think 3 to 4 different versions. I think it was like what, green, red, blue, and I think yellow. And I think maybe one other color or something like that. And like I said, I love PSO because of the customization. I had my character. I was hyped when I finally was able to change the color of my blades. I got like the dark matter. It was either like the dark or the white. I mainly went for like the purple because I always like the purple energy when it comes from like the characters like an M Bison, Majin Buu, stuff like that. Like I said, it was dope. I had like my large, broadsword, sort of like Cloud off of Final Fantasy. I had my braids and everything. Like, man, it was just dope. Especially back then during like the 360. The main thing that was popular during that time was playing Fantasy Star Universe on the 360 and just playing like the demo slash beta. Everybody was there. Like people would just be like chilling directly on like that Japanese bridge or whatever, and just be talking like acting goofy and all this other type of stuff. And then the full game finally came out, and people were still going back to the beta or slash demo and whatnot, which was crazy. Like I said, 360 is classic. Um, wait, Sham is here? Oh, okay. You talking about Miss Gray? Okay, that threw me off for a minute. Mohoko said, "Yeah, those PS2 days were wild." Yes, it was. The stuff that people was writing and shit, like, yeah, it was wild times. Wild times. Um, let me see. You said AIDA held it down for us. Yep, yep. Ms. Gray said the Namco disc I have has over 800 games on it, all of the 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s. Ooh, that's classic. Rabbit said the guys from On Your Leisure were, oh, that's wild. That's crazy. 88 said, "You had braids. Want to see?" That was like what I don't even think I even got a picture of that. The only pictures that I got is pretty much a fro. I don't think I've actually pulled up on camera bald. I don't know. Tippy would have to sit up there and tell me because it's been a minute. Because like I said, I've shown up like full like gamer, full on neck beard, that type of deal. Because like I said, I just didn't care. Um, but yeah, mostly it's just been like the fro. I want to say of the recent years. I haven't had braids or twists in a mighty long time. It's been a long time. Mahoko said, I still play PSO Bluebirds via the Athenia servers to this day. Ooh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. 88 said your froze nice. Not as nice as it was. I would have to bring out like classic. I would have to find like classic pictures. Had to find the class one. But yeah, for LP, man, yo, go directly for broke. I'm not even sure you're still here. But yeah, man, go for broke. Make sure that you're on like every platform. I'm talking about like Kick, TikTok, YouTube, all of that. Like go everywhere. You know, because like I said, for me, the way I look at it is that I want people to win and make as much money as you can. Especially from like a passion, something that that you love doing. You know, that's the one main key thing that I've always wanted for people. I want people to go out there, chase like their dreams or their passions, and be able to be successful and make money from it. That's the dopest thing possible. The dopest thing possible. 88 says, speaking of hair, I forgot. I also told you some years ago that I make hair products as well, but I still haven't made Etsy. Yo, come on, you slacking now. See, now you'd have made it worse. It was like, all right, you basically chefing it up. You got the content directly out there. Just gotta, do a little bit more with it. But then you're like, hey, I do got some hair care products. I just never made the Shopify or the Etsy. That's wild. So you just sitting up here just like sitting on products that you could be selling. And you're just like, yeah, I do it one day. I'll do it one day. You said one day I'll be able to give you a link to promote. Yo, that is wild. You could be sitting on like, $100,000 ideas right now. You could be making buku bucks by way of hair products, skincare products. I mean, of course, it'll take a little bit of time and some advertising, but you could easily sit up there and do it. Easy work. Easy work. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. What was it? You said, I know, right? I'm so late. Yeah. Ultra late. Let me tell you. Ultra late. But yeah, if LP ever comes back to the stream, if he happens to, watch the tail end of it, again, go for broke. Um, try any and every game, directly out there, see what sticks, or whatever the preference of games that you play. Um, if you can also like educate people directly on those games, like step by step, type of things, people love that because trust me, I watch like anything dealing with games, even if it's a game that I would never play and don't like. When people actually take a content creator takes out the time to go through and explain stuff, like I sit there and just like listen and watch the video. I'm like, you know what? I might not ever play this game, but I'm like, yo, the mechanics that they have in here is actually pretty cool. It's like it's the weirdest thing is like it almost gets you to the point of like, you know what, I might try this game, and that has happened. So like I said, there's a variety of ways that you can, as a gamer, there's a variety of ways that you can attack content like that, and do stuff like that. And like I've told other folks as well too, you don't have to show your face. You don't have to, because I know how people get. It's like, hey, I ain't really trying to have my face out there and da 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 da. And you know, like I said, I get that. So you can just hands, like if you're playing like a fighter, just like hands and voice. That's it. you know? Just gotta make sure that you interact, with folks in the comment section, even when they deal with haters, because that Tekken, picture that I showed you, I had somebody that pulled up and they were like, "Yeah," and they left multiple comments. They were like, "Yeah, the combo that you set up there and did, that's not actually a combo." And I'm like, "Dog, it doesn't it works though. If I put in those movements, it'll lift somebody off the ground." So like I said before, it's a starter. It's if it can lift you off the floor, it counts for me. Like I said, you got too many folks out here that wanna, I was gonna say another word for it, but I gotta think, differently. You have a lot of folks that want to be too precise on terminologies because they feel like they're more of an expert than somebody else. And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right." Like I said, you can clearly look at the combo that I did. You can type it in and you can clearly see that it lifts the person off the ground. So I'm counting that as a launcher. I'm sorry. It's lifting you off the floor. It launched you. Yeah, brother, I don't know what to tell you. Um, but I'm not even sure what that is supposed to be down there, brother. I did see somebody leave a comment. Wait, was that from the main channel? Let me see. Let me check. Also, like I said, shout out, much love, respect, and to all the folks. Um, let me see here. Okay, so LP was from the first was from the main channel. Ah, okay, I got you. Yeah, man, you better sit up there. Better start that content creation, man. Start that content creation. Let me tell you. Well, what is it? Oh, that's 6:18. Nah, we can't sit up there and do this. Because now it's looking like what's the name? It's almost looking like I'm about to be up here, and this video is still in the background. I don't understand why. I don't understand why the video is still in the back. Still getting checks. Oh, what is up? I'm just gonna say mighty. What is up? Salute to you too. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Much love, respect, and appreciation. It's crazy when I can't properly see a lot of the emojis that you guys leave. Like it for mighty, it showed up as one. It showed up as like 3 to 4 lines instead of the actual salute, which is wild to me. Which is wild. The craziest part is I could have just did this. I could have just did this right there, and then everybody could have just been seeing what I was responding to. Especially if it's from like both channels. Like I said, I can do stuff like this when we don't have like fields of people messing it up for everybody. When it's like a whole bunch of people and everybody got common sense. Everybody's adults. We all good. We are all good. You know. Like I said, hopefully everybody's having a very good morning. I feel like maybe some of my anger might be subsiding slightly, a little bit. So I might try to sit up there and potentially go to sleep. If not, you might sit up there and just catch me doing like a video game stream or something. I swear to goodness, you might. If you happen to see the live stream title talking about some aliens firefight, just note I'm probably drinking some coffee. Just know I'm probably drinking some coffee and I might crash at a certain point in time, during that stream. Because like I said, sometimes you be having days like that. It happens. It happens. Let me tell you. Let me see us for opinions. Huh. That'd be a different one right there. I'm checking updates, just looking at stuff in the background. Checking some mail real quick. Yeah, I want to see if that dude is gonna write back. We're gonna see. Want to see? I'll be very interested. It was 88 cent per laughing. Rabbit said, play the Hello, I'm from Sweden video game from Angry Beavers. Uh Angry Beavers used to, I'm not sure if that's the television show that I'm thinking of what you're referencing. That was one of my favorite TV show, Angry Beavers. That was I used to love that show. I used to love that show back in the days of Nickelodeon and Rocco's Modern Life, Hey Arnold, Doug and Cat Dog and Pete and Pete, um, Eliza Thornberry. What else? Like I said, it was a lot of shows. Like that's gonna sit up there and start getting me into like listing different cartoons now. Wait, you said it's 22 seconds. Wait, what? Who made that? Got to be you. That game cannot just be 22 seconds. That cannot be a 22-second game. If that's a 22-second game, then that has to be free. That's impossible. Who would spend that? What? Yo, that's why I'm really gonna. I'm almost intrigued to check that out. Oh, you said it's on you. Well, dealing with what it is that we're dealing with at this current moment in time, I'm going to tend to not check out anything on YouTube. Dealing with this live stream, due to the situation that we're currently in, because of said person, I ain't gonna do that, and gonna have to wait for that one. Like, this is, but yeah, I got you though. I'll probably check it after the stream though. 88 said cat dog, lol. What's wrong with cat dog? What you trying to say? What you gonna do? What you gonna do now? You gonna say that's old folks cartoons? What you about to do now? Because let me tell you, I know Tippy probably fell asleep. Let me tell you, because she would always call me old. Crazy work, diabolical. Let me tell you, diabolical. Oh, you said it's not a game. Oh, okay, I got you. I got you. It's just a 22-second like clip or animation. I got you. It just reminds me too, because I actually got to watch Batman Nightfall Part One. So you got Batman fighting Azariel, which is dope. Which means I should also see Batman getting annihilated by Bane, because that was the whole reason Azariel was even there, because he needed somebody to take up the mantle while he was healing. That man got washed. He was not prepared. Like I said, all of that training that he did. Like I said, when you got somebody that's built like and again, Bane is a very capable fighter. He has bested Batman before. Like I said, like when the dude is not on Scorpion Venom, like yo, that man is masterful. He's like an acrobat. Like it's wild. They just I don't know. They make him seem like a dumb brute, which I hate, because that dude he's very methodical when it deals with like planning and stuff like that. That dude is crazy. Um, Papa Legba, you said, did you hear about the 400K people who said that they were going to spit on black people? Yeah, I heard about that. I got a few videos referencing that. I got a few videos referencing that. That I do have. I got that in the background as well too. 88 said, "LOL, no, I like those shows." This is okay. I thought you was about to start throwing shots. Let me tell you something. Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you. But yes, it's crazy out here. It is crazy. That's another reason I did tell people before, is like, everything, you gotta do everything with caution. You said, "Do you have a video about Texas Roadhouse?" I have some. I got one video of a lady, she was reading specifically, I think, from the Facebook group, and I got a video of uh, a white woman who was stating, what was going on, and I'm like, "Hey," like I said, shout out to people who letting other people know, because for me, that's crazy, to do something like that to other I'm like, "This ain't we're not," like I said, at any point in time, it's a disgusting thing to sit up there and do. But like I said, I remember historically speaking when you have folks doing this to black folks 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s, 20s, stuff like that. We're in 2026. We're way past those times. And you got folks trying to, I guess, like relive or just bring back, that type of stuff, which is crazy to me. Mogul says, Seji, what are your thoughts on the oh yeah, that was dope. I respect that man. That is he will go down as one of the greatest Spider-Men to ever exist. They need to put him in the Spider-Verse. He needs to show up in a Spider-Verse movie. We need that man to sit up there and fight Thanos. That's what we need. The Spider-Man who fought Jake Lang, we need him with the Avengers. With Toby, Andrew, and what's the name? And Tom Holland. We need all four of them. 88 said like WT. Yeah, yeah, like that whole Texas Roadhouse type of thing is crazy. 88 said this is why I only cook at home 99% of the time. I mean, you're also a chef though. so it's way different. You can just, go shopping and pick up like 5 to 8 items and you making like, a 3-4 course meal or something like that, like something crazy. So like I say, you got the skills to do that. Us average human beings, it's a little bit different. Papa Lugba said, I grew up on Cat Dog and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Dexter's Lab. Yep. See, back in my day, April O'Neil was black. A lot of the newer generation don't know anything about that. And even the older generation don't know nothing about that. And they were like, oh, this is, they wanted to be, like, oh, this is so woke. They're whitewashing a kitten. But April was originally black. So there's no washing of the character. It's just returning her to what she originally was. Because like I said, if the character, if they decide to make a character that's normally black, it sells. It's been proven. You know, like I said, I'm pretty sure if instead of like if Static Shock was from the suburbs, or if Black Lightning was from like an upper rich, white class, we'll probably see them in some movies. They would have already had movies by now. You know. Brandon V. World said that I'm not gonna lie, nice Spider-Man pose. It's talking about the aura farm. This man, shout out for the $2. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Much love, respect, and appreciation. The crazy part is when I highlight the chat on the screen, it doesn't show that it's a super chat, which is weird. That is very weird. Didn't know it does that. Mahoko said I was dying when I saw the video. That was not on my 2026 bingo card. That's facts. 100%. 88 said true. Just saying. Papa Lobo said yes, she was black. I remember that. LOL. And 88 said I like Daria the cartoon. Oh yeah, you talking about on MTV. I know what you're talking about. Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's back in the days when you also had Undressed. And that was a coming of age television show for the teenagers during that time. And the craziest part is that's because if you're used to like watching Power Rangers, Tommy was on that show, which was crazy. And I'm like, yo, that's the. I think I'm trying to figure out if he was a green or a white ranger during that time, because I don't think he was Zero Ranger 5 during that time. So yeah, he was either green or white. Maybe wait. Yeah, he might have been green and white. But yeah, it was like it was crazy to see him there. Just like it was crazy to see back in my day, Tommy the Green Ranger was actually a high school villain and a bully on Family Matters. And then back in my day, the Black Ranger and the Black Yellow Ranger were both on Best Buy commercials. Like I said, a lot of folks don't remember. Like I said, I remember watching commercials during that time, and I was getting hyped whenever I saw these folks on anything normal. I'm like, oh snap! I'm like, yo, you know who that is? I'm like, yo, looking at just sitting up there looking at a childhood right there. Um, Brandon World said, I'm talking about the guy that punched Jake Lang. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we're talking about Spider Man. Yeah. Mahoko said, did you watch As Told by Ginger on Nickelodeon? Yeah, technically anything that was there, I was watching it. I was pretty much watching anything that was directly. Like I said, I grew up watching Sailor Moon, and I did not care. I know that theme song by heart. Like I said, I know that. Like I said, I just didn't care. Like I told people before, like when I was waking up around 5 or 6 o'clock, you would have Iron Man and the Fantastic Four, right? And then once it started going from like 7 to like 9, you would have either Transformers or you would have Beast Wars, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon. Those were like the blocks for the shows, during that time. And especially if you had to go to school around like 8 or 9 o'clock. Yeah. I was technically for me, I was hyped when school was late and I had to go in at 9 because that was like more cartoons that I got a chance to watch and I was, sitting up to eating cereal. I was good. Yep. Most said no, no, no. It wasn't no after dark type of thing. No, 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 no. Just sitting up here. What's up, Mo? Just sitting up here talking about, this whole situation that I'm probably gonna re-go over later on. I'm probably gonna do another live stream and just, re-go over it. Or like I said, it just might be one of those days and I might not even put up a video. I might just stream a video game. It might just go like that. 88 said, I got Power Rangers on VHS. I used to have a lot of VHSs and and then all of that stuff disappeared. Sad story, I tell you, sad story. Rabbit said, I want to scam the conservative so bad. Racism makes it easy to be taken. I mean, people already did that. They did that back during the pandemic. You had a black guy and a black woman both did the exact same thing, and people got mad. And I'm like, well, you can't get mad because it be like that. Like I don't know. It was like I said, it was tough. Brandon World said, we're going to act like Tommy Oliver was in the very first VR Troopers. I could have sworn somebody. I think you might be talking about the pilot. I think. I think I barely remember what it is that you're referring to. Like they did have like pilot episodes for stuff and whatnot. I think I remember what you're talking about. Oh yeah, that's also I forgot the other show, Big Bad Beetleborgs as well too. Big Bad Beetleborgs. And I used to have one of those. I'm just going to call it a morpher, but I had a Beetleborg device, and I thought that was dope too. And the craziest part is the Big Bad Beetleborgs. Well, the black one showed up on Once a Ranger. Oh no, was it? No, it was Forever Red. I'm sorry, Forever Red. One of the Beetleborgs showed up there, which was crazy. I'm like, how did y'all even sit up there? Y'all just put him directly up in. I mean, I know how it happened, but I'm like, that's crazy. You might if you're gonna do that, you might as well throw Kamen Rider in there and whatnot. What was it? Rabbit said the animation as told by Ginger used to freak me out. The way their heads were too big for their bodies and they drew their lips so wrinkly. It was weird. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 88 said Mighty Morphers. Was that what they were called? And then I remember for the second season, it was they were metallic. And I wanna say for season 2 of Power Rangers, they did the same thing too. When they got extra power from the Morphin Grid, their suits went from the normal spandex to a more, I guess you could say, metallic, shiny looking spandex, but they couldn't keep using that power because I think it caused either a strain on the user's body or on the Morphin Grid or something like that. It was either which one or maybe a combination of both. But that was a power up I think a lot of people forgot about. I feel like since they had Billy, now I'm gonna get into a part. I'm not about to do this. I was about to start getting into a whole, um, Power Ranger thing or whatever. But currently at this moment, I'm very much hungry, and it's early in the morning, and I'm tired. Oh man. So yeah, I'm about to let y'all have at it. That's how you know you're tired when you got like the one little, tear sort of coming down the side of your eye. It be like that. So yeah, much love, respect, and appreciation to any and all of you guys that are currently here at this moment in time. Probably going to get something to eat very quickly, just a few bites, drink something, and go to sleep. And we will more than likely convene later on today. More than likely later on today. Like I said, I'm not sure if it'll probably be a variety of game stream or something like that. Because maybe I might do some battlefields for aliens or something like that. Like I said, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Um, you said other than sandwiches and sushi. I mean, what do I got in the kitchen right now? I got a gyro directly in the kitchen. I mean, I should have had that bad boy refrigerated, but I'd be lazy, and I got the stomach of a vulture, so I can pretty much eat stuff without having any problems. Um, I mean, I don't know. Pretty much anything because I'm not like I don't have a problem being eating any type of food because I don't have any type of allergies. So anything that's like seafood or whatnot, whatever. Now the only thing that I'm not a fan of sea urchin is just not it. It's not it for me. I had that once and my body was like, hey, we're going to suffer through this one time, but you better not ever eat this again. And I'm like, you know what? You got it. We're on the same wavelength here. I'm like, you got it. You got it. You dealt with it. Like I said, I can't deal with sushi being like a jelly type of thing. Like I said, maybe it's an acquired taste, and I'm not upgraded to that yet. Maybe it might happen later on in life, but right now, nah, we ain't doing that. We're not doing that. It is a vulture. Yeah, yeah. Let me tell you. Like I said, I could eat a lot of food and barely gain weight. It took, like I said, I keep telling people, like if you actually knew me directly in real life from like growing up, on average, normally my weight was about like 130 to 135. That was normal. I want to say maybe. Well, I was also moving during that time too, so my metabolism would be hyper during that time because I'm got a fast metabolism plus I'm sitting up there, moving around playing basketball and stuff like that. But even me just sitting like this is me sitting down, doing videos and stuff like that. My body still basically eats up everything. Like it took 10 years. Yeah, it took about like within it's 8, 9, 10 years. But whatever it was, it took this long to basically gain 30 plus pounds. That's how crazy it is. And this is just me sitting down, right? And my metabolism is still burning up stuff. Like that, like I said, I keep trying to tell you, like, that's how crazy my body in a sense works. Now, if I was actually moving around like I was, like playing basketball or some type of sport, I might probably be stuck at like 140, 140, 145. Cause like the highest that I've gotten to, I think was probably like 172, I think. And I wanted to get like 175 because that was just the ideal weight. Cause my favorite wrestler was like Rey Mysterio. And they always had that written directly, like in his book. I'm like, yo, Rey Mysterio 175. It's like, yo, that dude's solid. It's like it look, it fits well. I'm like, all right, I can sit up there and go for that too. I'm like, all right, that's gonna be the goal. And that was from like I think the sixth grade. I think back when they had like those what was it, elastic or classic, whatever the books were called, but whatever those school books were called that they used to pass out every first of the year along with the Girl Scout cookie menus or whatever. 88 said never had sea urchin, LOL. I like alligator though. Never had alligator. I would have to probably be down south. I'll probably have to be down south. Brandy V World said, let's test that theory. Go buy some Taco Bell lettuce. See, that's different though. You're talking about something that's automatically just jacked. I'm talking about food that's left out where it's not poisoned. Where it's not, going through some type of issues. You know, 88 said, my sushi is cooked. LOL. No, I've had fried sushi though. That's another thing. So for a lot of people who are like, yeah, I'm not eating, raw fish. They have fried sushi. I've had deep fried sushi, and that is great. Oh man, that just reminded me too. I ordered that from somewhere before, and I forgot the name of it. I would have to go back on Uber Eats and look through some orders to figure out what it was. I had ordered that. I think it was like earlier this year, and I forgot what it was. It tastes great though. It tastes great. Like if you ever wanted to like just like feel fat without being fat, eat that. That's that's exactly what it would be. Mahoko says, Seiji, who was your favorite Power Ranger? Um, for me, it was Walter. It was the Black Ranger. It was the black because for me, I'm like, yo, I got somebody that technically looks like me, and that's there. Because the other reason why he was also my favorite is because my mom, uh, when she went to school, I think it should have been Central. They were all in the same class, like my mom, her friend, Karen during the time, and Walter. They were all in the same school because he's from Detroit. The Black Ranger is from Detroit and went to school there as well too. I think my mom has showed me his picture in her yearbook, and I was like, "That's dope." I'm like, "Yo, mom actually like went to school with the black." Like for me and my mom, I'm like, "Yo, that's dope." And I'm like, technically, I'm sort of kind of by proxy like an honorary Power Ranger. It was like it's amazing, like when you're like a kid, how you just like weave things into it being something that is realistically not. Um, so like everything from that, and then I liked like the fight style, like the hip hop keto. Like nobody else had that. Nobody else had really their own style of fighting like that. Like Tommy and Jason was pretty much, like similar. Like Tommy was more so like Ken, Jason was like Ryu. Then you had Trini, Billy, and Kimberly. They were on, it was sort of like ballet in a sense. Ballet and like gymnastics. And the crazy part, both in real life, both Billy and Kimberly actually did gymnastics. I'm not sure if Trini did. I'm not sure if she did. But yeah, and then I also like the Power Axe and Mastodon, whatnot. And the craziest part, which a lot of people forget or might not know about, the original Yellow Ranger was actually black. You had two Black Rangers. The Black Ranger was black, and the Yellow Ranger was also black. But the black girl during the time, she didn't like the pay, and she automatically wanted, like more money during a pilot episode. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy to be trying to ask for, more money at this time. Like, you don't even know if you really got the role or not. And it's like you're automatically trying to press the studio for something that's brand new that they don't even know if it's really going to make anything. I'm like, yeah, you just got yourself directly up out of a job. and that was it. And the craziest part is I don't think anybody's heard from that woman ever since. I would love to hear her point of view from, for the reason why she sat up there and did it. I heard it from the perspective of everybody else that was there during the time, but never really heard it from that woman. Nor don't even know what even happened to her. If she even stayed in acting or anything like that. 88 said, I'm jealous. I want to gain weight. I can send you some fattening recipes. But see, that's the thing though, the good part about having, like, a fast metabolism, you get to technically eat anything that you want. Completely fine and dandy. Because I had friends for the longest time in my group, they were like, "Yo, if you keep eating like this, is like, yo, you're gonna blow up to like 3 to 400 pounds." And I told them, like, "Yeah, that's not happening. That's not how it works." And like I said, and we're still here 20 something year 20 20 or 25 years later, I'm still, in decent shape. It's not the prime shape that I was because I was sitting up there, basketball and all this other type of stuff. But you know, Mo was like, "Oh, I thought you weighed around 113 pounds. That's crazy." This man was like, "Yo, I thought you was like a coat hanger." It's crazy work. 88 said fried sushi is really good, but I love the spicy ginger, fresh kind. Oh yeah, the spicy ginger. Well, I don't go for the spicy ginger. Wasabi, after I've gotten used to it, I love wasabi on sushi if I happen to get it. Um, and then the horseradish is also pretty good as well too. It is very great for cleaning your palate, let me tell you. Very good stuff. I wanna say it has to be the pink kind, I wanna say, because I think usually it's, like, either pink or it's yellow, um, horseradish, I think. I think I got that right? I think I got it right. Um, Rabbit said, "Can you really call fried sushi?" I mean, yeah. It's in a roll, but it's fried because they do have certain types of, what's the names like that, so, I mean, I call it sushi, so it's. 88 said, the more I got into Asian cuisine, the more I realized that Black folks taught them these recipes because I grew up on very similar recipes, just in different ways, like adding other things and cooking. Oh, cooking longer. Okay. At first, I thought that was another language. I'm like, wait, how do you say that word? It's just like threw me off. You also said, yeah, I'm only 5 feet, so I can't eat like that because even certain veggies make me gain weight if I eat extra. What? How do you gain weight? Wait, how is that possible? Wait, you can actually gain weight off of vegetables? I didn't know that. They always told us that, like, vegetables do the reverse, though. Like, that's different. I've never. Huh. I mean, you know what? You know what? If I think about this correctly, it makes sense due to the fact if you look at like elephants or any if you look at the largest like land animals that we have and all they eat is greenery. So technically it makes sense. It very much make like rhinos are incredibly strong and powerful and they just eat greens. It's just like they don't eat nothing else. They barely even got teeth. Um So, like I said, it's when you sit up there and look at it from that standpoint, it's like, yeah, it does make sense how you would be able to gain weight from vegetables. You said horseradish? Yep. You said, yeah, if you want, I'll send you a whole channel where a white girl explained it perfectly as a petite girl as well. Like I said, that's very interesting. That is very interesting because let me tell you, back when my parents lied to me, it was like, "Hey, if you want to be like Popeye, big and strong, eat your spinach." The lies they told, and then when I called them out on their lies, they just sat up there and laughed at me. I'm like, really? That's we're lying to kids now to get them to eat vegetables, guys. And then I don't know who told that lie, but it's like, yeah, you eat your carrots, it'll fix your eyesight. Somebody lied. Somebody lied. I'm still wearing glasses to this day. Somebody lied. Very, very great fabricators. Let me tell you, just be fabricating stuff, man. 88 said exactly. I keep trying to tell people, bananas will give you the beatus and apes work out. LOL. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, you can have stuff within moderation. You can eat and have stuff directly within moderation, and it won't really have a negative effect because you're pretty much working it off, right, or sweating it out or whatnot or whatever, helping your body, metabolize it. Um, Rabbit said vegetables bloat your stomach because it takes a lot to process them. Ah, yeah, fiber and stuff like that. That's true. You said the same. I'm legally blind and I love carrots. LOL. They lied. Yeah, legally blind. POP. Mama holding it down. Like I said, I've been this way. I remember the day. I don't know how. It's like a switch happened. I remember one day I was in school and I was pretty much I had standard issue, like vision. And then all of a sudden something happened and a switch cut on and my vision was just blurry. I'm like, yo, it was like the reverse of what happened to Tobey Maguire and Spider-Man. Like instead of like you getting bit by a spider and your vision becomes clear, mine did the whole reverse. I'm like, yo, why is my vision blurred? And I used to sit at the back of the class. And then now I was forced to basically sit at the front and I couldn't sit up and see. So then I had to go to the optometrist, had to get the prescription glasses. And during those times, you were basically wearing glasses that were sort of like aviator glasses. Those were the frames back then because whoever was the artist didn't know how to create other type of like, frames. So, that's what you had to deal with during that time. If I still had those glasses, I would actually show y'all what those look like. 88 said, I think someone mentioned almond milk before, and yes. Ah, that's crazy. And the wild part is I drink almond milk. I use it for my cereal. Because I stopped drinking the normal milk because, as I like to say, nah, it smells like butt. It's it's the best way. That's the best way to sit up here and say it. I don't know how I got so used to drinking like normal milk, and I just didn't have a problem with the smell. And then over time, I was like, yeah, I can't do this. I'm like, I used to drink this. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. It's crazy. Yo, what is up, Pink? What is up? What is up? Um, 88 said I was actually born blind. LOL. I'm lucky that I can see well enough to only be considered legally blind. Um, and you said, I think you said you don't drive at all. Okay, I got you. Don't drive at all. J Lock said, what happened, y'all? Nothing much. Well, pretty much. So going back to the clip, inevitably what happened is that this creator that you see directly here, again, I want to say the dude is probably like in his 30s at least. The live stream that I did with y'all, where there was a video where a guy was basically showcasing all of these doohickeys that he, feign dangled and wired together to make the ultimate, cheat device. It's the best way to sit up there and put it. Um, he ended up somehow, some way, he was like, I have a sense that a minute of content that I created 3 years ago is being used. Let me look in the background. Doot, 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 doot. Right, went to the supercomputer real quick, saw the live stream, saw where the clip was. And again, this is out of a whole 4-hour live stream. Whole 4-hour live, like that clip would not have made or broken the live stream at all. He decided that he wanted to go to the whole other end and be like, all right, yo, YouTube, knock, knock, knock. Yo, I don't like this right here. So let's do something about this. And now that live stream is no longer there. And the thing I was sitting up there telling people, which is the craziest part, is that you have the option to actually before you even take that option to do it, you have the option to let me tell y'all something. Y'all got 3 options, right? You can revenue share, which is something I didn't find out about up until the composer of the Incredible Hulk theme song, to where Bruce Banner is walking down the long road trying to hitchhike. They actually revenue shared with me, and I did not know that they can actually do that. and I really wanted to sit up there and write them and say thank you. I'm like, I didn't even mind. I didn't even know that was an option. I have no problem sitting up there doing it. I'm like, I felt like that was the dopest thing that, anybody ever did versus doing something like this. And again, that was a composer of music, somebody that writes, right? And that song is older than me. And they took the option to do that. Um, the other option is that you can write the person, get in contact with the other content creator, and you can hash that out. There was a black woman who did that. She wrote to me. She was like, "Hey, instead of me, taking the whole extreme end, let me, get in contact with you, real quick, let what's up and all this other type of stuff." And yada yada yada. And she literally gave me time. I was like, "Yo, give you a little bit of time, just in case you might not see this message or whatnot, whatever." And then after that, she was like, "All right, then I'll take, if I don't get a response or whatever, then I'll take the next steps that I need to take." Right. Like I said, shout out to her for, at least giving me a heads up and taking the adult approach. This dude right here decided to go for the other approach. And I'm guessing, like I was saying earlier, he probably didn't like the fact of my commentary. That's probably what it was, because I'm not really thinking that it's funny, because I'm like, I don't even think anything was really happening with that video. I don't think, and in comparison to what he's driving, or at least the car that he showed off on one of his social media platforms, what was even made on that video, a few dollars is chump change in comparison to the car that he showed off. So like, I'm just a little bit confused. That's where I'm at. Like I said, and the other thing I told people earlier, like, it's crazy how no matter what disagreements I have with, like, the racists and the trolls directly about here and the back and forth that we have, they've never even stooped this low. At least from what I can account for, and give you guys at this moment in time, they haven't stooped this low and did this. This is a fully grown man, melanated, mind you, as melanated as I am, that decided that he wanted to feel a certain type of way and go to the further extent. And I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. I'm like, that's wild. That's wild to me. And this is why I told people before, like, in a lot of instances when it deals with like stuff out here, it will end up inevitably be your own people that will do stuff like that. Because I bet you, I can promise you, if it was somebody that was white, that wouldn't be the case. Folks will probably try to, get a collab in. They'll try to, formulate some type of like partnership and whatnot or whatever. Or matter of fact, they might even be ecstatic that the person even noticed their comment, their content. But let it be somebody else. Oh, it's a problem. It's this, it's that. We're about to, take this to the extreme. Like I said, crazy work. Crazy work. Diabolical. 88 said, I used to wear bifocals. I still do wear bifocals. I thought about getting like the laser, eye surgery, but then I had like a substitute teacher. I think she had LASIK. And then the issue that she had is now she got dry eyes because I think they sealed up like her tear duct somehow. I'm like, I don't even understand how they did that, but yeah. Yo, 88 said, I guess I should have known from your use of doohickeys in another live that you're not even 20. Wow, that's crazy. I mean, I like using like, random old school words and whatnot. Like I said, the other thing too is like I grew up on like a lot of old school shows. So you got like Different Strokes, Days of Our Lives, General Hospitals, stuff like that. F Troop, MASH, Mama's Family, the Carol Burnett Show, and all the other, Red Door. Like I said, for me, I grew up on a lot of, older shows because I was, PBS. I was a PBS kid in a sense. My mom, I kid you not, my mom raised me to believe that there were only. She had me trained so well that I only would specifically go to two channels on the television, right? If it wasn't PBS, then it was like cartoon. I'm sorry, a few channels. It was, if it wasn't PBS, it was Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon. Outside of that, and that was like, during the time when they were like very close. Well, at least for Comcast Detroit. It wasn't up until later they changed Cartoon Network to like 52 or 54 or something like that. Um, but yeah, I was only on a few channels on cable. I kid you not. It didn't matter if my mom was at the house or not. I was specifically only going to the channels that I was specifically raised on. Crazy work though. Rabbit said, I don't mind cow milk, but it's really thick and I can feel it in my veins compared to soy milk. Also, soy is conveniently cheap here in Holland, 60 to 80 cents in various stores. Ah, okay, okay. Oh, you up there in Holland. I don't know why did I think that you was like in like the UK? That's some crazy work. That's crazy. Didn't know you was in Holland. I used to know something dealing I used to know like a greeting or something, but I forgot it. It's been a long time. Been a long time. But shout out to you, yours out there in Holland. 88 said PBS Kids, same though. Yep. Every day when you're walking down the street, hey, everybody that you meet. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. 88 said I wasn't even allowed to watch Cartoon Network until 12 or 13. Wow, you were sheltered. Let me tell you. You said Family Guy was off limits. Wow, that's wild. Yo, University, what is up? You said I'm a PBS kid and we didn't have cable. LOL. Yeah, that's that good old broadcasting network. And that was back in the sorry, back in the day when you had excuse me. That was back in the day when you had Dragon Flyers and Princess Guinevere and the Jewel Riders. And I want to say both of those shows should have been on PBS. Well, no, maybe Dragon Riders might have been Fox too, but I think Princess Guinevere might have been on PBS. And then Nickelodeon was It's an Itsy Bitsy Little World. I used to love that show. I remember sitting up there watching that show, along with like a few others, because you had like Nick Jr. and then normal Nickelodeon and whatnot. Dragon Tales. What was it, 88 said? So modify. No, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about with 88. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Some of the stuff I've not specifically by chemical compound, but I've referred to and talked about some of this before. Like as soon as you started mentioning certain stuff, I was like, "Yep, yep." I'm just not going to repeat specifically what you said. I ain't going, like I said, I got to sit up there and put out the disclaimer. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a chemist. And I'm just a normal, your average neighborhood black guy. That's all I am. That's it. You know, yeah, I ain't got to sit up and put those disclaimers out there because they'll try to pull up on you real quick. I'm like, yeah, I don't know nothing about nothing. I don't even know two plus two. I think that's eight. Yeah, you gotta start doing stuff like that. Like I said, crazy work. 88 was like, as long as you know to stay safe. Hey, I mean, but the thing, well, opposite of you though, because looking at everything that you're writing, clear cut, living a much more healthier life. For me, it's like I pick and choose. Uh, what's the best? Because I'm not trying to say that what is going to be problematic. You pick and choose the negative things to take in. You know, um, so it's like, yeah, I've done videos directly on certain things, but due to the fact that I'm an adult, it's not going to have such a severe reaction as if let's say if it was like, um, if a child were to eat, some Captain Crunch or something like that. Um, it's not it's gonna have a way more major effect on them than it would on me if I decide to eat Lucky Charms, Captain Crunch, Fruity Pebbles, and stuff like that because all of those chemicals and everything and they're growing and everything. So so you pick and choose. That's what I tend to do. That's what I tell everybody. So instead of me being on the side of my family where it's like the whole thing dealing with alcoholism. I'm like, all right, my main thing is like I might be like a whole like pop soda pop, whatever people want to sit up there and call it. 2 liter type of guy, you know, instead of, going out there and dealing with, alcoholism and whatnot. Like I said, I'm not about that life. I'm sorry. Can't do it. Can't do it, brother. Can't do it. I've been sober my whole life, you know. Like I said, nothing against folks that do drink though. So I want people to know this ain't no type of shots or nothing like that. Shots. Everybody. It's nothing like that. Rabbit said the Trump administration completely cut funding for PBS. Yep, I remember when I think that was early this year. They said they don't like Sesame Street and the information about climate change. PBS now completely relies on donations. Yep. Most said just went through Dude's channel. Sounds like, and I mean, hey, it for me, it's like it don't even matter if he does or didn't. It's just the simple fact of like, yo, it's crazy. Like I said before, I didn't had back and forth with like white dudes on this platform in the comment section, back and forth, people using slurs and all this other type of stuff, and didn't even make it this far. Or better yet, I think what was the dude's Goth? I think he was up here for a minute. White dude, we had a whatever disagreement or something, and then somehow, some way, we found a middle ground, and then conversations were just cordial. Like I said before, hey, I don't know what to tell folks. I do not know what to tell folks, and this is why I said after I said before, it's like I would have been the type of person to see people's like content and stuff. I'm like, yo, let me sit up there and sub up to this person or take a listen to what they got, and then stuff like this just turn you completely off to folks' content and whatnot. Because it's like stuff like this is just uncalled for. Because if he would have came to me like a man, I would have been like, yo, I got you, no problem. You saying it's problematic, I'm not gonna argue with you. You saying it's your content, I ain't arguing with you. Let me just sit up there and cut this out. Matter of fact, I'll cut out that whole portion, even the portion where I'm just speaking, and the still image is directly up there. I'll cut out that whole portion, no problem, just to make sure that we good. I would have did that. Didn't even get a chance to. Like I said, I can sit up there and accommodate. I can do a variety of things, right? If given a chance to. But this is why I said before. It's like, yo, you can't. It's just stuff like this will just automatically mess up like the mentality of you wanting to sit up there and like do stuff. Like I said, stuff like this is what has like kept me from doing a lot of other things. Because at one point, and y'all know I used to sit up there and do this. I used to show off people's platforms. And I'm like, you know what? And I was slightly thinking about doing that again. And I'm like, I'm glad I didn't. Because who's to say that I decided to do something nice, and then that person was like, "Yo, I don't like you being able to show off my platform and data." I'm like, "All right, dog." I'm like, "Whatever." Like I said, it's just it's crazy. It is crazy. Idiot said the same. I don't drink. LOL. Idiot also said if I drink, it might be once a year at best. Friend's birthday party. Yeah, you talking about like for celebration type of things. Yeah, every once in a while, but not every year, and not more than that day. Most said it does matter. He's quicker to report and not engage positively with you because you ain't allergic to the sun. I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's true. But like I said, ain't nothing I can do. Like I said, I wrote the dude in the email. We'll see what it is. see exactly what it is. I wanted to make sure that I put the writing directly up out there just in case if anything happens, I know where more than likely it's probably coming from. Like I said, um, like I said, the whole situation to me is just crazy. It's just crazy. And I've been up here for about 2 hours and 35 minutes. Wasn't even supposed to be this long. Let me tell you something. I think I'm about to sit up there and take a bite of this cookie. I'm about to just sit up there and go to sleep. No, I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I say those for later. I'll probably just take a little bite of the gyro that I got, sitting up there on that oven, and then just go to sleep real quick. Because I know that this video is still in the back, and they did not okay this video yet, which again, it doesn't make any type of sense. And the craziest part is I felt like something, and this is the wildest part. Like, I can't really explain it. It's almost like it felt like a sixth sense type of deal. And for at least the last past close to 48 hours, I felt like I saw this coming, but I just didn't know how it was going to show up. And that be the problem. It's like at certain points when you've been doing stuff for like so long, let's say like a fighting game, consecration, or playing basketball, it's almost like you have like a Conqueror Sakai or hockey or a sixth sense, um, or spider sense, whatever you want to sit up there and call it. And it's like I knew it was like it was like a faded image and I could see it, but it's like I just didn't know what it was gonna be or why. And here we are. And here we are. So when folks sit up there and tell you like listen directly to listen, because more than likely that little, as they like to sit up and call it, the little voice or whatever it is, chances are that little voice, whatever it is right. But like I said, in this instance, no matter how right it was, there's no way I could prepare for it because I didn't know what it specifically was going to be. I just knew that it was it was on a high priority list. It was a high potentiality. Just didn't know, how that was going to work out or happen. Why is it still running checks? Like I just don't understand it, and I swear I'm probably just gonna re-upload it. I think I'm gonna end up doing that because this just does not make sense. Matter of fact, let me just do it right now. Because if I lay down, I'm not gonna do it later. I'm not gonna do it later. Man, but like I said, to just to me the whole situation is just crazy. I'm very much outdone. Let me tell you. Very, very outdone with the whole situation. I can at least say that I'm a little bit calmer versus earlier because I was very much gonna go off. And I just couldn't afford to yell early in the morning. I was gonna sit up here and just be looking completely crazy. Mm-mm-mm. But like I said, I would not even wish anything like this on folks that I've even disagreed with or would not have come to the platform. 'Cause I'm like, on one end, so I can feel a certain type of way, but also at the same time, I have an understanding of being a content creator on how difficult stuff is on these platforms. Like I said, I never, let me tell you, I'll never do something like that, but everybody is different. Let me just put that right there. Uh, let's see. I mean, technically, I don't gotta mark it as that because it's not anywhere in that area. Let's do that. Yeah, it should be just those two. Hopefully, if this works, you guys will have a video today. Maybe. I don't know. Like I said, it seems like it's just one thing after another sometimes. It's very much annoying. All right, so hopefully I can get this to potentially go through for you guys. If so, that'd be great. And you guys can see the video that should have been posted yesterday, which did not get a chance to be posted. So it's technically what, like one video and then a live stream? So yeah, so we'll figure it out. Now, if they just put both of these up there and just leave them, I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I might have to just sit up and just do like a random video just talking about some PlayStation stuff, see what happens. Yeah, let me tell you. 88 said, cooked are my specialty in baking low key. LOL. Most said, okay, yeah, that was from earlier. Yeah, cookies. 88 said, I love making cookies. Cookie sandwiches. Oh, wait, you some ice cream cookie sandwiches? You said those would be easy to sell. That's true. That's true. University said, what was the topic? No, it was. I think you were there for that live stream. I think that the title for the live stream was "Problems in America" or something like that. Sometimes I use the same title. I can't even specifically give you every video that was direct. Wait, actually, hold on. I can actually go back and look. Y'all can't go back and see it, but I can at least see what it was. Um, Like I said, this dude, he literally did that over one clip. So wait, what was his live stream? Okay, this is the one. Okay, that was the black girl that was calling. Oh, this was okay. So remember the live stream where I showed y'all the picture of, like Jerry Seinfeld in there? It was that one. Okay, I kinda remember this live stream. Oh yeah, this was Clarissa Shields video. That was a comedian talking about Clarissa Shields and Portia. And then that was the one with like Lisa Ray with the Young Miami song. And then that's the video where the young dude basically dodged the bullet with that girl. Yeah, like I said, it was he more than likely just got mad at the commentary. That's probably what it was. Or like I said, some people they just feel because like I said, this ain't the first time that something like this happened. There was another dude, and I think uh Pink was there during the time because I remember she was telling me to take something down. And I'm like, "Nah, I ain't gonna sit here and take it down." I'm like, I'm too mad about it right now." It was, some dude, he got stopped by the police, and, the video was, like, gaining traction. I wanna say on my end, the video might have gained it was gaining quite a bit of I think it was, like, probably up in, like, the hundreds of thousands during the time. Something it had a nice bit of numbers, but that dude came through, and he was like, "Yeah, YouTube, I don't like this." And then he just had the whole thing snatched. I'm like, "Dog." I'm like, "What is wrong?" Like, man, oh my god. Oh my god. But that dude, he was, I wanna say that dude should have been probably, like, Hispanic, something like this. So I'm like, now looking at everything that's taking place, I completely understand everything now. And then I think it was, like, Mo or somebody that sat up there and told me that, during the time he had, like, celebrities or something trying to get in contact with him because I think the dude was, like, a barber or something like that. I think it was like Tyrese or something like, and I'm like, I get it. You want all the attention just on you because you trying to really absorb this 15 minutes of fame. And I keep trying to sit up there and tell people, I'm like, dog, the reason why people end up becoming popular or the videos that they do is because other people share it. It's because other people show it off. That's how that works. But when you got people that want to feel a certain type of way or they got like a selfish type of mentality, like I said, this is why a lot of folks just stay directly in one spot. And I've explained this like 99 different times. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Like I said, it'll be like that. 88 says, "Surgery, do you really have bifocals or are they just prescription right before bifocals? My bifocals, but now I have the prescription right before the bifocals and it took me a long time to get to this point." Um, I mean, my lenses are thick, so I just call them bifocals, because that's what it was. That, like I said, that's what I was used to hearing. That's what I grew up with. Talking about like the lenses where you can kind of see them on the edge of the inside of the glasses. Now, when I had metal frames, metal frames made them look really thicker than what they were. I mean, they were technically thick, but you said 88 says sun gazing helped the low key. Eyes closed though. 88 said ice cream sandwiches, but instead of ice cream, it's icing. Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. 88 said my favorite is tiramisu cookies, sandwiches with coffee icing. Mm. University said, okay. 88 said about to eat one right now. Gail, here go Gail. Gotta put her up there. Gail's like, yeah, said just blind. I never denied it, Gail. Never denied it. Legally blind, POP mama holding down. Holding it down, holding it down. 88 said, I guess we twinning because I got bullied for how thick mine still are, but it was so much worse, especially when I had metal frames. Yeah, like I said, those metal frames didn't help because the metal frames were thin, but then at the same time, the lenses during the time they were the same thickness, but they just looked thicker because of how thin the metal frame was. So it's like it didn't help. So you saw how thick the lens was at the front, and then you saw it behind the frame. So it was like, yeah, it was all bad. It'd be like that though. Technically, it's about time for me to actually get some different frames, even though I like these and I had these for a long time. I had them for a long. The crazy part is I paid for these bad boys out of pocket during the time, and that ran me quite a bit. I was like, wow, so this is how much this stuff costs without insurance? Wow, you guys are robbers. Let me call the cops. Like, like I said, it was crazy. It was crazy work. 88 said, literally, he said, I have those Skrillex glasses now. Ooh, those are the ultra thick boys, the magnifiers. You can see the outer edges of space. Let me tell you. So, like I said, it's a joke coming from a person wearing glasses. So, I understand. Anytime people put my glasses on, they would swear that their eyes would start watering and they would get headaches. So, don't feel bad. You said yours were about 800. I think altogether for both of my friend, and these were ones that looked at least decent. These weren't the nicest frames. These were just decent frames. During the time I think I had these frames for about like 5 or 4 years. Yeah, it's no, about like 5 plus years. Because I want to say it should have been like 2020 or 2021 when I ended up actually getting some brand new frames because I still got my original old pairs upstairs. Um, I think this ran me about like 12 something. I wanna say I think about 12 something for both frames. And I was ecstatic when I got them. Like, I felt brand new. Like, the most beautiful thing is, like, when you get a fresh pair of glasses, you swear that you got superhuman eyesight. Everything is crystal clear. It's fine-tuned. Like, if 8K was a thing when you get brand new glasses every time, it would be 8K. You would swear that you could see Jupiter in the night sky by the color and everything. Like you could spot the micro craters on the moon. Like it's wild when you get brand new glasses. Like it people just don't know. You would have to actually have glasses to understand. Um wow. As soon as Gail comes in here comes Mo with the movie references, of course. Of course. Shots fired. 88 said, makes my eyes look huge. That's why they're not in the pic, LOL. It's it'd be like it's they're magnifiers. That's how it works. That is how it works. University said, did you hear how the Ghanaians praying with passports to leave Africa? Wait. Oh, that's crazy. Well, I guess, that might be something I'll look up. Like I said, a lot of the things that y'all mentioning, I might happen to do videos directly on, or it just might be a time that I will sit back and do a random video game stream just because. Because this is like, yo, let me tell you. 88 said, I'm so glad some people can actually relate, but poor Seji. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. It's diabolical. Poor me. Wow. Shots fired. It's just shots. Baba. Just 88 just out here. Just shots fired. That's crazy. I don't look nothing like that character. That's wild. Now I'm always like, yeah, every single black dude with glasses, y'all look the same. That's wild. That's wild. That's diabolical work. Let me tell you, diabolical. And this video is still sitting in the back. Oh boy. Well, we'll see. After the time limit runs, we will see what will take place. We'll see what will take place. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all. You said modest apartment. That's crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all have at it though. It's almost close to like 3 hours, and it is early in the morning. I'm supposed to be asleep right now, so I'm about to. I'm not even hungry now. Ooh, what happened there? Let me go back to that story. Mom found deceased in her bed after 14-year-old homeschooled daughter decided to take her life. Woo. Shoo. Woo. That's wild. Lord. Mom found deceased in her bed after 14-year-old homeschooled daughter decided to take her mom's life instead of going up to her former school. Wow. Well, you got life. You got life. Woo. Liliana Wagner, age 16, pled guilty to felony murder and aggravated assault in connection with the November 2014 deceasement of her mother, 51-year-old Rachel Suzanne Wagner. The girl who was 14 when she took the life of her mother at the home was sentenced to life in prison with possibility of parole in 30 years. What? How she got a possibility? So that just mean that she might get out when she's like 46. Man, nah, she needs to be up in there. Nah, brother. They said Liliana was in a car. Oh, I got the update. Hold on, we gotta take that back. Warren said Liliana was in a car wreck in November 19th of 2024 and told police at the scene that she lived alone with her mother after police learned that Rachel Wagner had not shown up for work that morning and was not answering her phone. Officers from the Tifton Police Department conducted a welfare check on her home. Once inside, police found Rachel Wagner in her bed, deceased. An investigation to Wagner's death uncovered her daughter's extensive social media presence, which revealed that the teenager was obsessed with school executioners and mass incidences, and was interested in planning a mass casualty event. W- What type of who are her parents? She was using different apps to communicate with several people online who encouraged her to follow through with her plans to commit some sort of violent act. After Liliana Wagner was taken to the hospital following the car wreck, which occurred after she took the life of her mother, she continued to communicate with these strangers online. Warren addressed parents of teenagers in a press release saying that I urge you to never underestimate the influence that exists behind a child's screen. Da, da, da. They said the weapon Liliana Wagner used was legally purchased at a pawn shop. Warren said Rachel Wagner allowed her teenage daughter to keep the weapon and the ammunition in a room. Leon Wagner reportedly confessed to the handwritten letter, and she says she chose to do that instead of going to school. She wrote, "This whole thing was a last minute choice. I was going to commit an act at school at my old middle school, but chose this instead." And then she listed six mass executioners as her inspiration for the whole event. That is wild. That is wild. Wow. And like I said, I already know the people she was talking to. That's crazy. Somebody said the girl's 14 at the time. Would bet money parent is responsible for the issue. I think life at that age is ridiculous. Kid needs extreme counseling and rehabilitation to fix issues caused by the parents and the upbringing. The girl probably was never known a loving, caring, stable home. A lot of people, what? How do you eat? Yo, it's crazy. Just like seeing people trying to excuse. This is crazy, dog. Like I said, people are wild. That 14-year-old did exactly what she wanted to sit up there and do. She deserves life in prison with no chance of parole. No chance of parole. No chance at all. No, she's black. This happened down there in Georgia. Let me see if I can get you a picture of her. Uh, uh, Let me see. Why does her hair look like, did she just like shave? Oh yeah, she look completely crazy now. Like who did that? Jesus Christ. Like, she looks straight disturbed, dog. That picture is wild. She looks like a madman in the other picture. Like I said, keep her in there. This is the story I was this is the girl right here. That is Liliana Wagner. That is wild. Took Sat up there and went after your own mother. That's crazy. So now she is 16 at the time. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, that's wild. That is wild. What was the most said about to drink me 3 cups of coffee? University says she's spoiled. Most said I see I found a story. University said got away with everything. 88 said Georgia got in the water LOL. Yeah. Oh, most said the other picture is wild. The other one is wild. Uh yeah, I don't know what happened here. Like I don't know what was happening, dog. She looked straight deranged. That was the best high school picture she probably ever got right there in prison. Let me tell you, because this other one looks like madness, dog. Let me tell you, if I ever saw a woman walking down the street looking like this, I'm walking on the other side of the city. So let me let you just I'm walking I'm finding some way to teleport and I'm walking on the other side of the city. I'm at city lines walking to where it is that I need to go. I'm like, yo, brother, you got this whole side of the city. You got it. Yeah, that is wild. 88 says she looks like a villain from The Simpsons. Yeah, but 88, you ain't seen this hair though. And again, right now, this is her at 16. So that, like I said, she had the normal high school picture. That's probably the best high school picture she's ever going to get, and now she got this. Crazy. That is wild. Wow, that's crazy. Mo was like, it looked like I cut her hair with my glasses off. That's wild. University says she looked like how games drew black men back in game. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about with the creative character. Yep. Gail talking about some beautiful. Gail got jokes. 88 sitting up here laughing, talking about WTF. Yep. Yep. This is crazy. This is all crazy. That's crazy, man. Mo was like, eat your gyro and go to bed. Who was 88 said, I hope your eyes are okay after staring at your screen for so long every day. My brother has trouble with that, and that's why I am concerned. Nah, it should be all right. I mean, I got a flat screen now. If we were dealing with like the classic screens for computers, like the tube, type of what's the name, the tube monitors, yeah, that's a whole different thing. Whole different thing. I mean, I don't know, Gil. I don't know if she's mixed. I don't know. I don't know, Gil. I don't know. It's down there in Georgia. Georgia got a nice black population. Nice black population. University said, what was it? Yeah, it was like she's mixed. How do we know she's mixed? Yeah, I don't even know what her mother looks like. You know, let me see. I forgot. Dude. I forgot. I did have. Let me see if I can find. Duh, duh, duh. Let me see. What was this lady at? I think I might have found something. Nope, this ain't the lady. Cause I'm trying to. Okay, now I do got a picture of her mom now. Wait. Okay, I did find it. Tell you that. Let me see if I can actually do this, if it'll work for me. Nope, it won't do it for me. I might have to take the other route. I'm trying to figure out. It's always these what's the names with these walls on it? Because I think that is. I want to say that is her. Yeah, that's her. All right, Gil. This is why I'm not a betting man. You got it, Gail. You got it. Now, this could be, you can take it with a grain of salt. I mean, the nose looks a little bit different, slightly. You know, I mean, the eyebrows aren't bushy either, though. So that's the. Wait. Let me go back there. I mean, technically, if you look above her eyebrows, it does look like they were kind of shaved. Yeah, because that one is bushy right there. That one's bushy, and then you got that one. Yeah. So it's more than likely her. It's more than likely her. Even though the nose looks a little bit, nose here looks smaller versus the other one. Yep, that was the best that I was able to find at the moment. Family of. So where is. Yeah, so she's not from here. Because they're talking about. So is she from New Zealand? It, yeah, that woman is from. She's New Zealand. Okay, yeah, now I actually got like a clear picture. Yep. Okay, so her mom is. How did she get to the United States? That's crazy. Huh. I guess maybe the dad was in the military or something like that. Matter of fact, where is the dad? I would actually like to sit up there and know where is the father, if he exists. Maybe he might have passed away. I'm not sure, but that'd be very interesting. Very interesting. Was a girl so you can tell? You know what? I've seen some black girls out there that had two black parents. I've gone to school with them, Gail. I tell you, I've gone to school with them. Reggie from Christchurch. Duh, 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 duh. Yeah, that she's from New Zealand because the main newspaper that's reporting on the story like that is New Zealand, NZ. University said Latino guy who popularized Demure is going off on the supporters because he wanted $45,000 teeth and they aren't paying. Oh, it'd be like that. Good luck with that. Going off on your people ain't gonna help you get it either. uh, Most said LOL. She looked like Lily. As her remember, baby, she told me once that she had a conversation with a God and asked if you could just give me one child, I'll be happy. That's tough. That is tough. Mm. And that one child that she wanted for was the one that took everything from her. That's wild. That is wild. Like I said, I would love to hear the father's perspective on this. That's the one thing I'm very interested in. As one thing I'm very interested in. And then on top of that, you ended up being in Georgia out of all places. I would have expected a woman from like New Zealand to be somewhere else though. Cause I'm looking at the house and everything. I'm like, I would have expected her to be in like Spokane, Washington or something like that. Like something that doesn't sound so urban, as they like to say. 88 says so her mom was mom was European, New Zealander. So yeah. Yep. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But anyways, like I said before, I'm going to let you. Oh, it actually worked. Huzzah! All right. So I'm gonna let this live stream go. Ryan Reynolds $200 million fly. What movie was that? Is an official global streamer hit. They must be talking about Green Lantern. Um, let me see, what was that? Little boy looking for a push pop during the Walmart run with his mom gets injured by a random guy. That's wild. And now, oh yeah, now they talking about the Texas Roadhouse. What's the name up there? But anyways, I'm gonna let the live stream basically rest, and I'm going to put the other video up there for you guys. It'll be up there around like 8 o'clock because I'm about to get some sleep. So we got that one scheduled. So that is what we will do. Because for whatever reason, YouTube just had that one stuck. I'm like, I don't even understand. It's gonna be going on like 24 hours for that one. Ty was like, my eyes. Yo, what is up, Ty? What is up? What is up? What is up? So yeah, you said I've been here, but work is work. Oh yeah, I got you. No problem, man. No problem, no problem. Like I said, I appreciate that. Y'all be pulling up. At whatever hours, at the ungodly hours that sometimes. I'll sit up there and go live and whatnot. Y'all take out the time to, even leave open a window or whatnot. So, like I said, much love, respect, and appreciation to the things that y'all do, seen and unseen. Shout out to the super chats, rubies, or whatever the things are called. My brain is fried right now. Uh, Shout out to anybody who's a part of the Patreon, who set up the Cash App, and any new members or subscribers or whatnot, whatever. Like I said, much love, respect, and appreciation. Appreciate y'all every day. And I catch y'all probably in another live stream today because it's probably gonna be just like one of those days. Man, one of those days. So it's gonna be like that. Man, let me tell you. Uh Mo was like starting the live stream during those hours is diabolical. I mean, look here. I mean, I don't know. Usually I would have a rebuttal. I don't got nothing. I got nothing right now. I got nothing. But yeah, I catch y'all in the next live stream little bit later. Peace out. So that way Tippy can sit up there and say that I finally did a video game stream. But it's probably gonna be a video game that she don't like and not interested in. She gonna be complaining. I can already hear it. I can already hear it. Shout out to Mo for the 10 jewels. Much respect and appreciation, good sir. And y'all go have a good rest of y'all morning. Peace out.